Hey everybody, it's that time again. Thank you so much for your patience with us. We're trying something a little bit new. We were having just a small little bit of technical issues here, but we're here, we're live, you're here, thank you. And okay guys, we've had a huge day, 2 days. A huge 2 days as we make our push to 50. We got just an absolute flood of follows. So I have a whole handful I need to read out here real quick. Because I want to make sure you guys know that I appreciate you. So,
Indeed.
We've got another one. Excellent.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey!
So,
Right as the stream starts.
yeah, thank you. So we've got Sin Lover 77, Dram 7794, Puma's Boy 360. We got that boy Metal Plates.
What? Was
Bookworm.
Marcus not following before?
He wasn't. I tweeted at him. I let him know. So then we've got Bookworm 2108, Mutter 311. Hey, look, my mom and dad followed. That's Flimsy O and Thin Man 63. If you see those two in the chat specifically, tell them that you love them. They're my parents. And just now, to put us at 46 follows, we only need 4 more. We got Commander Root. Thank you so much to all of you. I appreciate it. I know that these homies over here all appreciate it. So yeah, that's the big news. That's the huge news right now. So yeah, how are you guys?
Yeah, how's your day gone so far?
Yeah.
Also, I see you, Stumpy. I'm excited too.
Yeah. So, cast guys, how are you? How's your week been?
Good.
Good, slow, dragging till Fridays, like usual.
Yeah,
It's been a week.
that is a fact. As people in chat, I'm sure have noticed, and I'm sure that the 3 of you have noticed as well, we are -1 today.
What?
Yeah, we are minus our good friend Tom, also playing Armand. So we're gonna keep moving on. We're gonna do our best to kind of play around him for now. He might show up a little bit later, so if that's the case, we'll pop him right in. But that's what's going on there. Ricky, do we have any other announcements?
Nope, just the
I
push
want
of
to announce
50.
that I love every one of you in chat.
Oh, big announcement. Next Wednesday. That's the 4th of July.
Oh yeah.
The 4th of July, we won't be having a Wizards and Wednesdays, because, like, it's 4th of July. Go out, have some fun, blow some fireworks up. But be safe about it. I don't want any of you wizards to come back minus a hand or, like, missing anything. Because...
Pro tip. Roman candles, just wands.
Yeah?
They're just wands.
They're just wands of fireball.
That's amazing fun.
Yeah, just wands of firebolt.
Yeah.
There
Good time. You
So-
guys got this.
That's the other big announcement. Other than that, I think that we're actually pretty set to just kind of jump right into it this evening. So, Mouthway, you want to give us a recap of last week, even though you weren't here? Never mind, I forgot you weren't here last week. That's my bad.
Sure, dude.
That's my bad.
Yeah.
This is to make sure that you watch to catch up. No, Steven, give us a recap of last week.
I'm a little hazy on the stuff that other people did because I tried not to do the stuff. I tried not to watch when other people do stuff that I'm not there for as much. I'm really bad at separating character knowledge and player knowledge. But my character got himself into a whole mess of trouble with some people who are criminals. Probably criminals, definitely criminals.
Probably.
And I now have to fetch something for them in the next 48 hours or I'm in trouble. Snap back to the time when I went back to my apartment after that. We went back to go interrogate the drow. Through nobody's fault whatsoever. It's certainly not Etlin's fault at all in any way, shape, or form. The drow
Definitely.
got away.
Definitely not Etlin's fault.
Yeah, no, I see. You heard the DM say it too, so guaranteed. And then he got away. He ran into the town square where he got taken down by some guards and the police officers, who we don't seem to like. They seem like not good people. So they know that there's a drow. They know that we were around him. That's what we have to deal with. They put us into the jail, and that's not a place you want to be. So I think that's pretty much it. I did. That's a little. I get to do the summary, so to the victor, the victors get to write the history books, and so do I. Etlin, through clever cunning and wizardry and quick thinking, revealed the drow to be a drow after he decided to disguise himself as a human. And I think that we all owe him a debt of gratitude. So go ahead, thumbs up, +1 in the chat for Etlin.
I mean, it was pretty accurate history for the writing of the victory.
Thank you to Alex Lucerdy. Yeah. Thank you, Alex.
What a nice guy. Giving me the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, +1 ish.
I'll take whatever an ish is. I'll take the one that you're offering.
Hey, Richard, real quick, can you pick your mic up for me? Just a little bit more. I think you're getting 2 mics picking up at the same time.
2 mics.
Yeah, so just take the one like your boom mic there in front of your mouth and just pick it straight up.
You're seeing the sausage people.
Yep. Now talk for me.
Testing.
Yep.
Testing.
That's
Is that better?
way better. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. So that's pretty much what happened. Thank you so much, Steven. We're actually going to jump in today because the 2 over there are currently in jail. We're going to jump right in with Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon.
You're not in jail? Oh, no, I see.
Yeah, Bjorn's in jail. So Nickelodeon, you spent your day, instead of being arrested, we kind of played through that a little bit. You spent your day actually back at the Temple of the Mistress, doing some research, trying to figure out exactly what happened when you went into the graveyard, put your ring on Sir Desmond's grave, and it broke. You did get a little bit of information as to kind of what happened there, and from there you went to go have a nice quiet evening and a nice drink. So
same thing we did.
That's how your evening ended. Where did you end up? Did you stay at the inn or did you go back to the temple?
I would have gone back to the temple to rest,
Okay.
get myself collected, and then in the morning head back to Edmund's place. Assuming my job was well done, they took care of it. They didn't need me. Why would they need me? He was unconscious. He was almost dead.
I mean, it was supposed to be. It was a super milk run.
In and out.
Like-
Case was open and shut. They were fine.
Exactly. So, you wake up in the morning, kind of do your normal routine. You leave. You head on down to Etlin's place. You get there to find it completely cordoned off by city guard.
That's my apartment.
And it's been locked down. There's guards outside. You can see guards coming in and out, just pulling stuff out. So there's the guards coming out with handfuls of books and scrolls and just stacks of papers. Some of them look like they have drawings in the similar fashion that you were given. Just little
like my bad drawings by scrolling.
Just like little quick doodles. And things of the sort.
So he lives at an inn, correct? Like upstairs at an inn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when I got there and I saw all the guards and stuff coming out, instead of going upstairs, because immediately I would have been like, oh, of course, right? So I would have. There's a bar, right? Because it's an inn, right? There's obviously a bar. I'm gonna go sit at the bar, and then try and casually talk to the bartender.
Okay. So you start to head on into the bar, and there's actually a guard at the door, and he stops you. He says, the whole thing's closed down today. Guard business, doing an investigation. So you're going to have to go get your drink somewhere else.
Okay. Something serious go down here? Same as with, center of town serious, or?
I mean, it wasn't like a big hole that opened up in the middle of the ground or anything. We just... there had been reports of some less than desirable people sneaking into town, and we got wind that one of them was being held here, harbored here even. So that's about as much as I can tell you. Rest of it is kind of need to know police business, but we're doing our investigation, seeing exactly what's going on around here. So sorry, you're gonna have to find your answers at the bottom of a different bottle.
Damn.
Okay. Not sure why you needed to throw judgment there, but that's fine.
I mean, it's
I
like
will.
10 a.m. So
I mean, you didn't know what I was going to order. Just assuming I'm an alcoholic. That's fine, sir.
it's a bother.
But I will go somewhere else. I appreciate your time.
Have a great one. If you see something, say something.
Right. All right. Well, shit. I don't know where I'm going to go now.
You right about now, you see, you see and hear a couple guards talking about a handful of people that they had drug in, and a handful of people they had drug in the evening before, and how they were kind of astonished about the fact that they actually found a drow in the city.
All right. Oof. I'm gonna head over to probably whatever the main police station would be then.
Okay, so that would be located both in and around the Temple of the Lord, where you had been previously the other day with Armand and everybody to meet with the Order of the Grey Falcon.
Okay, yeah. I'll head that way then.
Okay, so you head off down towards the Temple of the Lord there, and while you're walking, we're actually going to go check in with the others. So through the night, the majority of the night for the two of you, also including Armand, so Atlan, Bjorn, and Armand, you spent the majority of the night in the same holding cell together. Like they were trying to figure out what to do with you, how to process you. About halfway through the night, a guard comes in, opens up the door, and calls Armand out. Being a little hesitant, Armand didn't want to go, but figured it was probably better to comply and figure out exactly what was going on, as opposed to resist and probably make it worse for the all of you. So he gets up and begrudgingly yet professionally and very well mannered, I guess is how I should say that, went with the guard, and you didn't see him for the rest of the night.
That was the perfect description of how Armand does things. Begrudgingly, well-mannered.
And professionally.
Yeah.
That seems legit.
So after Armand gets taken away, a few hours pass, and they actually come, another set of guards, two guards come, and they get the both of you, and they pull you from the holding cell, and they take you further into the temple, where they actually have legit prison cells. And they put Etlin in one, and on the other side of the hall there is another cell, and they put Bjorn just directly across the hall.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so you can
couldn't ask for better.
You can see each other, but there is the cell door, obviously keeping you in.
Okay. What do I see in this room that I'm in now?
Standard prison stuff. So you have a bed that kind of folds down from the wall. It's got the chains. Other than that, it's stone based. So stone floor, stone walls. There's a bucket in the corner, and it looks questionable.
Okay. So that's probably where we keep our possessions. I stuff all my clothes inside. I'm kidding.
Etlin is instantly naked and stuffing his clothes into a questionable bucket. Joking.
Do we have any idea where our possessions or anything are?
No, when you came in and they processed you, they actually, one of the first things they did was they searched you, took every bag, every satchel, every thing from a pocket. If it was on you, it is now not.
Okay. Can I see anything through the bars, like down the hallway or anything?
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. That is an 11.
Okay. So you push your face against the bars and you like kind of do one of these like
Senator Kelly out of it.
Yeah, a little bit, and you're trying to get like as much of a view down as you can, and you can see down the hall where you came. It's a long hall with cells on like lining both sides, and you're not quite sure why it took so long to get you out of the holding cell and into an actual cell because it's not very full.
Okay.
But it's a long hall that ends in a big, heavy wooden door. You look down to the other direction, and it looks fairly similar, just no door at the other end. You look to be about halfway down, like halfway down the aisle.
Okay. I want to like put my hands outside, like leaning on the bars, like
Okay.
my hands sticking out, and I say, "Well, Bjorn, we really stepped in it this time, huh?"
Seems like it. And I just walk to the back of my cell and lean against the wall. So,
I just-
like...
Okay. It pulls a harmonica from nowhere.
I just pull it on my beard.
Just craft one from your beard.
I pull it out of my beard, like, it's hiding in there.
God damn it.
I like the precedent for this. You're the guy with the afro, Will Trotters. Any ideas on what we want to do to get out of this one? Can any guards hear us or anything when we say these things? Does it seem like guards can hear us?
Let me find out.
Okay.
Yeah, seems safe enough.
Okay. I don't like the word seems.
or enough.
Yeah. Yeah, so any idea on how to get us out of this one?
Not really. Things look pretty solid here.
Okay. How far down the hallway is that door? Oh, good. You were gonna say something, Bjorn?
No.
Oh, okay. How far down the hallway is that door? Or how far is the closest door?
The closest door, it looks to be about 40 feet in both directions. Like I said, you're like
Jeez.
right in the middle.
Okay. Goodness. Etlin visibly starts sorting through spells in his mind.
Very Sherlock Holmes of you.
Yeah, I'll go to my mind palace.
Because Atlin has one of those.
Um,
It's a mind department.
it's a very not palace. Ah, man. Is there a window in my cell or anything?
No. There's no source of outside light or anything. The entire hall is actually lit by like torch sconces here and there.
Okay.
It's like every 10 feet there's a torch.
Okay. I want to tell Bjorn. Okay, Bjorn. Cover your ears. Okay. And then I want to cast Thunder Wave. And then just cast that down the hallway towards the door.
I need to look this up. Hold on.
Okay.
Jesus.
I'm not trying to break out with this.
You're just doing it to do it?
We'll find out.
Gonna cause some mayhem.
Yeah.
We're just into this and you're already pulling shenanigans.
That's all I got.
I mean, true.
Hey, DM, I'm assuming they took my wolf tooth necklace, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, you don't have your necklace. You don't have anything.
Alright. With the clothes in my bag.
Is Atlin using Thunderclap or Thunderwave?
Thunder Wave.
Alright.
And I want to do it like outside the bars, and like this, like so it just goes down away from both of us.
Okay, so you lean out of the, like, you put your hands outside of the
Bars.
of the bars, and you
And
say
turn my hands and.
so you say the verbal components of the spell, and you just kind of, and as soon as your hands touch, just the biggest shock of thunder you could possibly imagine erupts. And Bjorn, you actually feel the wind off of this explosion, but you don't take any sort of, like, there's no threat at all. You just kind of like, whoa, and your hair like kind of blows a little bit. What's that?
How loud would this be? And if I was approaching the cathedral, would I hear it?
Make a perception check.
Awesome.
Like, you hear it and you're just like, okay, and you go.
You're just like, Etlin.
SOS. That's our SOS signal. Just thunderclap.
6.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Out on the middle of the street there, just with all the hustle and bustle of the town that's trying to rebuild because, you know, shit went down 2 days ago. It's just way too chaotic and noisy to be able to hear boom over the top of anything. And even if you did hear it, it might be it would probably be really tough to differentiate where it came from and what it was, especially with all the building going on.
Yeah, that's fair. I was just asking just on the off chance that, you know, I roll super high.
Yeah.
Get cheeky with it.
20, and you're just like, I know what spell that is from here.
Just like,
Smells like Etlin.
So, does any, like, what do we see / hear after I do this?
So you do it, boom, and there's an absence of sound for a little bit, and then just the highest pitch ringing in your ears for you as well, Bjorn. Just from doing this in such a enclosed space. As
Wait,
there's just,
Bjorn was covering his ears.
I mean, that's only gonna do so much.
Okay.
a bomb went off, but he was covering his ears. So.
But he's covering his ears, so he suffered no ear damage. As there's, it's just a going on in your ears. As it slowly starts to kind of fade, you can hear the yelling of guards.
I drop to the ground and start screaming.
Okay.
Holding my ears. Holding my ears.
So the guards come in. There's several of them, and they come from the door down the hall. It bursts open, and they come in, swords drawn, because they're so like on edge from absolutely everything that's happened. Like they're ready to go, and they're looking around.
I want to do prestidigitation and just make myself appear any kind of dirty, wherever I can.
Okay, so you're just an absolute pile of dust.
Yeah.
And you're just on the ground screaming, and they're looking really concerned.
And I just want to yell nonsense. Just absolute just word salad.
Just word salad.
Spaghetti! And then they came in, and I don't even know why would they even bring me waffles? I don't understand.
So the guard's looking really confused. One of them fumbles and grabs some keys and goes and unlocks the gate, unlocks the cell door, and comes in to like check on you.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay. And the other guards?
Are still in the hallway, watching you.
Okay. Watching?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. So he comes in, and I just want to like, why would they bring me waffles up towards him?
He's very confused, kind of going through the basic questions. Are you okay? Can you
listen,
what happened?
I lost a friend. I lost a friend. He was here, and then he wasn't.
Okay, we had to take your companion that came in. We took him in for something.
Not that friend. Not that friend. The bear.
The bear. What?
The bear.
And he kind of looks over his shoulder at the other guys, and one of them kind of shrugs. Stroke?
Can I want to like and kind of like slide down his body like I'm giving up, and I want to try to grab his keys.
Oh no!
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Oh god.
So I have a couple things here. What can I use charisma for this?
No.
Dexterity. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I have that. So +2 to that.
New information, Etlin multi-class rogue while nobody was watching. And...
that is an 18 +2. That is a mod 20.
Hey, hashtag mod 20 in the chat. That's the first one of the night. Nicely done. So you slide down his body and you are able to lift the keys.
Awesome.
Like you kind of slide down and you're able to kind of, because he put them back on there's like a little hook on his belt, but he didn't quite secure it right. So you slide down and just kind of and like snatch them and drop them down your sleeve as you go. So you're concealing them pretty nicely.
I want to fall to the ground and just like, why? Mother, no, my teddy bear, my teddy bear, and just curl into a ball.
Okay. He looks really confused and a little creeped out. Like he doesn't get paid enough to deal with this.
I pee myself.
Yeah, he's definitely done. He's like backs out and he goes to close the cell and reaches for his keys, and they're not there. So he's kind of looking around like, what the hell? And then he looks at you and he goes, all right. And he waves a little bit and 2 other guards come in with him. No. And they proceed to stand you up, and one is holding you while the other 2 kind of pat you down.
Keep peeing.
I'm going to need you to make another...
I'm still peeing.
I need you to make another sleight of hand check.
Okay. I'm gonna use my luck on this one.
Okay.
So a 17 so far.
Uh-huh.
And then a 15. So 17, and then this is sleight of hand, so dexterity?
Yes.
So I got the +2, so that'd be a 19.
Okay. And now also make a deception check.
Oh, well, I got that. So my deception would be... That would get my charisma, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Oh, +2. All right. Can I use luck on this one too? This is important. Is that?
I mean, if you really want to.
How many do you get a day?
3.
You still have one left over.
Yeah. Right? Okay, so I'm gonna go for it with that one.
Okay.
So, Jesus, that was a 3.
Good call.
That's a 9, so 11?
Okay.
Do I really need to be charismatic, though? And I'm cowering and peeing on myself.
I mean, it's a form of performance.
Yeah.
So, you're able to kind of like, because you had dropped the keys down your sleeve, as they're trying to pat you down, you're still squirming and whatnot, and you're able to kind of shake and move in just a way that the keys fall from in your sleeve down into the more billowy part of your shirt, and they kind of get stuck down because you said that you're just like Boy Skirt Link dressing.
Yeah.
So they kind of manage to get stuck in your belt. So when they pat you down, they go right past it, and the fact that you're peeing on yourself the whole time they're doing this, they're just wanting to get this done. So now they're really confused as to where the keys went, because obviously you don't have them.
Yeah, I'm gonna just begin yelling unintelligibly.
Okay.
I just want to go.
So they slowly start to look at each other and slowly start to leave, and they kind of gesture to one of the other guards, and he comes up and locks the gate, and they walk off. Like the 3 that came into the cell, they walk off. 2 of them joking about like, dude, who took your keys? And the other one being kind of butthurt because now he has to go file a bunch of paperwork for losing his keys.
I don't think I should have gotten away with that one. I didn't think about the part where he'd have to use the keys to lock stuff.
Yeah, that was super lucky. I rolled really poorly.
Okay, so someone did diet. Yes, Diane, I'm gonna keister the keys.
Just keister
They've got to be sharp. Okay, so they have closed the door and everything?
Yep, they have closed it, they have locked it, and the guards that were there have left. Yeah, they all left. One of them was talking about having to report the sound, even though it was a giant sound, so I guarantee everybody in the building heard it. But having to report the sound because it was out of the ordinary, and there might be more guards showing up because of it, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's where you're at.
Okay. But how's Bjorn doing over there? Have you just been watching and giggling? I don't know, like you're just like this guy.
No, I was still holding my ears against the wall in the very back of my cell, just kind of watching this whole thing.
Okay. I want to wait.
No.
I don't understand this, man. I want to wait like half an hour.
Okay. So,
have we heard like the shuffling of footsteps change or anything?
yeah. As you're waiting, every so often, it seems like every about 5 minutes, 2 guards come through, just kind of checking to make sure everything's good.
Mm-hmm. I want to make a plan with Bjorn here.
Okay.
Okay, so the next time that the guards go past, whichever door they leave through, let's leave through that shortly after them also. Because I'm going to be honest here, I don't think we have to break out, but I think that we have to break out.
Okay, but shouldn't we wait for a Nickelodeon?
I don't know if he knows where we are. I'm going to be honest here. Like, we didn't leave a note. That's fair. That's true. It has been half an hour that we did wait. Would our friend have found his way here in that time?
So, so we are going to jump back over to Nickelodeon here. You kind of wander your way through town. You know generally where you're going. You can see the 3 main temples in this part of town pretty nicely.
When I get there, or like as I'm walking up, I want to like kind of like still stay in the crowd and then like see if I notice any of the like true seekers that we had ran into before. So like Chase or Godric, just because like they saw me last with the group. So like Nickelodeon's still not convinced that the group isn't in a bad spot. So I'm not gonna like walk in and present myself and then be like, hey, that guy was with them, you know? So,
Okay.
Can I just like scan the temple out like exterior when I get close?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Stake out.
16.
All right. Okay. So you're able to kind of just kind of stay a little bit blended in and watch for a little bit as the people kind of come and go from the temple. The thing you do notice is that there is a surprisingly large number of people wearing armor similar to your good friend Chase, leading you to believe.
Good friend.
Yeah, you know you love the guy.
Yeah.
So that's leading you to believe that they're probably Order of the Grey Falcon members. There's a lot of them kind of buzzing about. There's a bunch of just regular, everyday looking folk coming and going. It's like a police station. It's a courthouse. It's a whole bunch of stuff in there, plus all the people that come and go just for daily worship. So this place is busy.
In the square outside, are there any like setup shops, like lemonade stands type of things that are just like family-owned things that are just like this is their place of work?
Yeah, there's a couple out there. Mostly just like simple food vendors.
Okay. What vendor is closest to the temple itself?
Vendor closest to the temple, just one of those food vendors. It's like a food truck festival out there. It's not like a packed, but there's a little bit of everything.
Oh damn.
Okay, I'm gonna just like kind of mosey up, maybe get in line for whatever the closest vendor is. Just try and buy some food. Maybe try and chat up whoever's working there.
Okay, so you walk up to one of the closer like food stands. As you walk up, it's just a really simple like cart
Mm-hmm.
and on one side it has a list of it's like a menu, and you see behind it there's a little table set up, and a little fire going on the table with like a rotisserie, and on that rotisserie there's like Cornish game hens kind of spinning around. There's a pot on that table as well over another little burner that has sticks sticking up out of it. As you approach, there's a younger human man. He looks at you and goes, "Oh, hey there. What can I do for you?"
Hi, I was just curious. What would you recommend from your menu for breakfast? It is the morning, you know. Not trying to do anything too filling at the moment. Just trying to get my day started.
Okay. Do you have any dietary preferences? Like, I just ask. I don't get many. I don't get many people. Like you around here.
Like, you don't get that many
That came out wrong.
You're right outside of a cathedral.
That came out wrong. I don't get many. What are you? The whole time he just looks nervous and he's stuttering over himself. He's very obviously never met a tiefling before.
Right. Oh, my apologies. I'm just so used to it, you know. Always been one. But yes, I am a tiefling. Sorry. I understand. Don't feel bad. Obviously, I'm.
Oh man, I'm so
out of
embarrassed.
place here. It's not too tiefling oriented around these parts.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm so sorry. That
You're
was
fine.
that was the worst thing I could have said. Oh man.
But breakfast, sir. Breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay. And he kind of like starts rummaging through some stuff. He's like, "All right, I have bread. If you like bread, I have some sausages. I have a little bit of bacon. I sold a whole bunch of my bacon earlier today. A lot of people like that. I've been working on this. I have this pot full of kebabs over here. A lot of people say don't boil your kebabs, but you got to try these, man. Like, there's something going on. I feel like a culinary genius."
Do you have anything fruit based?
He keeps like digging through, and he pulls out a small bag, and he opens it up, and there's a handful of like small oranges in this bag. He's like, "I have these."
He's got Tangelos, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I was gonna. If you can toast the bread and then make a jam out of the fruit there, I would be into that. Is that too much to ask?
I can try.
That's all I'm asking for.
The toast I can do. The toast I can do. The jam. And he's kind of looking around. He spins back around. "Hey, I'm Kevin."
Nice to meet you, Kevin. My name's Nickelodeon.
"Oh, Nickelodeon. I like it. Very exotic." And he turns around and he's looking through, and he's kind of throwing some. He's very obviously not set up to like make things here. It's very much so like, I have some burners. I'm gonna cook some meat, and people like meat, I hope. It's like you're asking a New York hot dog vendor to cook you a steak, like at his cart. So he's kind of like going around. He finally does find a small bowl, and kind of goes through and mashes up some of the oranges into a little bit of a paste.
As he's like working, because I wanted to like buy some time with this guy, basically, like, try and get him to make something. Just kind of like lean against his cart and just be like, "So you here every day? Is this like your normal spot?" Or
"Oh yeah, this is me. I've been out here. Let's see." And he's still like, has like a small like round of wood, like a small like little round piece of wood, and he's just jamming like mortar and pestling this orange in this like bowl, hoping that it turns into something at least a little bit appetizing other than pulp.
right.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I've been out here. Let's see. Yeah, I've been out here for 6 months every day."
Oh yeah. Is it usually this same crowd? Like, it looks like they're about to go to war or something over here.
It's. I mean, it's busy. That's why I chose to set up here. But it's never this kind of crazy.
Did something happen, or?
Well, you didn't hear about the stuff 2 days ago?
I mean, I've been held up in the archives for the last day, so...
Oh, wow. I'm surprised that... yeah, no, it was crazy out here. I was surprised that my cart was still here. I had to just leave it, but... I mean... Lord willing, I can keep working. And he's just, like, jamming this thing. He stops about halfway through, and he has a little grill rack that he placed in between the Cornish hen rotisserie and the burner that it's over. And he put 2 slices of bread on it, and he kind of reaches over and flips it. Has very nice little grill marks on it. He's just keep going. It looks like he's super in his element, though he's super unsure of himself.
Well, it looks, I mean, you doubted yourself, man. It looks like things are coming along great. I really appreciate you allowing me to go off menu like this. I'm sure most people just show up and just ask for a kebab or something.
Oh, yeah. The kebabs and the bacon, those are the things that sell in the morning.
Yeah, I'm not really much of a breakfast guy, but woke up today, kind of hungover a little bit. Need something in my system. Trying to get some starches, maybe.
Nickname him. His name is Kevin. And what does he sell? He sells bacon. His name's Kevin.
I know. I just got that too. Nickelodeon wouldn't make that joke, though.
That's fair.
That's an Etlin joke.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll bring you back. I'll bring you here.
Thank you. If I survive.
Yeah, so I mean, he didn't really give me much information, so I'm just gonna wait. Just wait it out. Wait for the food.
All right, so as he's still going, he's like, so what brings you to town?
Member of the Temple of the Mistress, just coming to see the main church where it all began,
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty beautiful building. And he takes the toast off the fire and kind of just dips it in the orangey pulp mess, and it actually comes out looking pretty nice. Just not exactly a jam. He dips both pieces and puts them on a small, small cloth, and hands it over to him. He goes, "Hey, it's gonna be a little bit more expensive since it was off menu, but like 2 silver."
2 silver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could do that. You put a lot of effort into it. Came out great. There's 2 silver.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And he hands it over. He goes, "Anything else I can do for you?"
No, I think this is good. I'm just gonna take this. I got some work I gotta take care of, but I will be back. I appreciate the effort you put into this.
All right. Thanks for coming by. Can't wait to see you again. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Justin. And I just walk away.
And he's just absolutely crushed by the fact that you don't remember his name. He's like, okay, bye. And as you walk away, are you heading towards the temple, or where are you going?
I'm not gonna go towards the temple. Is there like a bench nearby I can just go sit down on and just kind of like watch the area for a little bit?
Yeah, that you could totally make that happen. I would say 15 feet-ish away from Kevin's stand, there's a bench facing in generally his direction.
All right, can I find a different bench?
Yeah, after it would take a couple minutes of just kind of wandering around because there is a bunch of people out there.
Okay.
But you do find a bench and you do find a spot to settle down.
Okay. And anyone near me? Anyone on the bench? Or...
There's an older gentleman down the bench from you, but he looks like he's kind of minding his own business. And like I said, it's just busy hustle, like people yelling, "Hey, we need stuff over here." Like it's really hard to keep up on.
Yeah,
what's
it's
going
just
on.
morning commotions.
Yeah.
All that stuff. All right. Well, I'm just gonna eat my my toast and then just kind of like watch the area till I'm done and just see if anything sort of like triggers my attention.
Okay, so you take a bite of the toast. It's actually halfway decent, and we're gonna jump back over to Etlin and Bjorn.
Sounds good, man.
So you two have been trying to formulate a plan,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been about 30 minutes.
So I want to express to him over the time that we've been trying to formulate a plan how little confidence I have in the idea of us formulating a good plan. So I, what seems like from the demeanor of the guards and everything, does it seem like if I ask for like a legal consult or anything, will I get this from them?
You can ask and find out.
Okay. I don't know. Guards! Guards! I want to holler for myself.
So one guard kind of walks in and he's a little bit confused and he looks at you and he's like, ugh. Remembering that you're...
I want to be perfectly clean again.
Okay. So you're perfectly clean and he's a little taken like off guard because you had just recently peed all over yourself. And now he's like...
Off guard.
Oh my god. So he's like, but he's like, what's going on?
So I want to ask him, like, this is like, we've been here for hours, man. What's going on here? Where's my lawyer?
That's actually being sorted out. I can tell you that we are going to be charging you with several things, and from there,
things.
yeah,
Cool.
things. Yeah,
Cool.
It's been a long day. You can relax. We're going to be charging you with several law infractions, whatever. But just as soon as it all gets worked out, then somebody will be through to actually tell you what's going on.
I know my rights, and I need a lawyer.
All right. And he like turns around and leaves. Just all right and bye. A little while later, he comes back in with a gentleman in a long black robe in tow, and he goes, "P guy, this is your lawyer. Lawyer P guy."
It's because of my last name, Penham. That's why. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
And the lawyer shakes your hand. Hi. And the guard goes, "Okay," and turns around and leaves.
He's like, I'm done with this. So I want to have a conversation with the lawyer, explain to them what has happened, the cover story that seems most likely, and then I said, what can you do for my friend and I here? How do we get out of here?
That's going to be a tough one. See, what they're trying to charge you with is harboring an enemy of the state and tampering with evidence and impeding a police investigation. Those are pretty heavy charges.
Now, why would they think I had done any of these things?
You were caught with the drow.
No, I was caught where the drow was. I was taken in where the drow was.
And I believe you. I'm just going based off of what they have on you.
Uh-huh.
So you were with the drow when you were apprehended. You had several drow artifacts, i.e. the swords.
Yeah. It's a drow. Look what they did the last couple days in the city.
Yeah, but like they're really confused as to how you came about those if you weren't actually in cahoots with them.
I was chasing him down. He's a drow.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not racist, pal, but like, it's a drow.
It's like, and I understand you. I'm here to try and protect you. I'm again just saying what they have on us.
No, that's what I want. I'm fleshing out my case here.
I get you.
Yeah.
So
in the meantime, do we stay here or do we get to see a judge? Do we get out on bail in any way, shape, or form?
Bail hasn't been set at this time.
I've never had to do any legal stuff.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's why I'm here. I'm your middleman. But bail hasn't been set. They're trying to work you onto the docket to actually get you in front of a judge as quick as possible, and that's what we've got.
What kind of sense do I get off this person?
Make an insight check.
Okay. 18.
18.
And then I don't think I intelligence, wisdom, any of these things.
Insight would be
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Cool. I got a +2 there.
All right, so
+1.
the way he's talking to you, and like his tone and cadence and everything, he legitimately wants to help you, but at the same time, he is very much so like the public defender who hasn't slept in 3 days because this is how he pays his bills.
Can I get another lawyer? Okay. I want to ask him like when I can expect to actually have anything come of this.
So, I'm going to push to get this trial to happen as soon as possible because, the longer we let them stew on it, the more they're going to be able to actually build something that's going to stick in front of a jury.
Uh-huh.
So, the sooner we can get into the courtroom, the easier time you're going to have of making, like, the easier time we're going to have of making sure that none of this sticks. So, and he turns around to Bjorn. I haven't heard you say anything. Can you talk?
Yes, lad, I can talk.
All right, that's good. That's good. Just in case we need to make sure that you can actually, I need to make sure you can say words so that you can help defend yourself. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do for you from here, I actually have an office upstairs. I'm gonna be pouring through all the evidence, everything that they have, trying to see exactly how we can shatter their case. As soon as I have any new information, I'll come down and see you. Okay?
Okay. Are there any law people in town who specialize in like fast tracking bail proceedings?
I can ask around and see what I can find out.
Okay.
So he looks you dead in the eyes. He turns back around to you and looks you dead in the eyes and leans in a little bit closer and goes, "The silent majority is not going to let you go away that easy." And like
I agree.
And like leans back and he goes, "All right. So as soon as I have more information, I'll let you know." And like walks out.
Thank you.
Okay. I think I understand what just happened, but I'm not 100%.
I just start pacing.
Okay. What was that?
Do I hear him say that?
Make a perception check.
Let's do this. That's 13.
This is cast iron stomach help metal.
So with that 13, you can kind of make it out. You hear it's really hard, but you do pick up on what's being said.
All right.
Okay. How long has it been since I got stuck in here? Like in my best estimation.
Like since you were arrested?
Yeah.
I would say it's been more than 12 hours.
Shit. Okay.
And right about now, a guard does come through with a big cart, because there are other prisoners in here as well. He comes through with a big.
I definitely know it's them too.
I mean, so there are other prisoners. He's coming through. It's him and another guard, and he's pushing a big like cart that has just trays on it full of food, and it's like food time. So they're coming through and sliding it under the cell doors to people. Eat it. Don't complain about it. I heard what you said last time. No, we're not going to do anything. You can't talk to the chef. And he's like passing stuff out. You're criminals. You get what I feed you. You're lucky I don't duke on the plate and pass it under. And just kind of going. He gets to you, kind of, and like slides it under, and slides Bjorn's.
I want to be excessively friendly about it. Like, thanks, man. What? A piece of bread. You guys are the greatest.
Yeah, it's quite literally like the hunk of bread and some water. As he's kind of passing it out, and they just make their rounds and leave.
Okay.
So now we're gonna jump back over to Nickelodeon here. You've been sitting on the bench outside. It's been
long week since you looked at me.
Yeah, it's bad.
Time wise, it's been about like 45 minutes to an hour. You've had your time to kind of eat and watch what's going on.
Have the Order of the Grey Falcon guys mobilized at all, or are they all just just kind of camped out in front.
Okay.
Have they moved at all?
A little bit. Like one has come and like there looks like one stays and one leaves. It's kind of like they're doing a patrol, and then one will come back and one will leave. So there's always somebody from the Grey Falcon at the front door.
Okay. DM, let me know if I can do this, or if it's too broad. But if I cast Locate Object on Etlin's hat, would that work?
Let me see. I would need to look at this spell.
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the wording of this one.
It says
I like-
concentration up to 10 minutes. Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. You sense the direction of the object's location as long as that object is within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of the movement.
I would say yeah, that you could.
Yeah?
Boy.
Yeah, I would say
Smart
that you.
boy.
I'd say you could. That's well played.
Yeah? Sick. Alright, so I have to sit there and wait 10 minutes, right? I have to cast it and concentrate?
No, so it's saying concentration for 10 minutes. That's how long the spell lasts.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, I'll cast that on Etlin's hat.
Oh,
Now, is the
right.
hat with me?
No, the hat is currently with the rest of your possessions.
I'm livid. How dare they?
So you cast Locate Object, and you start to get a very strong pull towards, like, into the temple.
Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna have to fucking walk in there. I haven't done anything wrong. What are they gonna do? Alright, I'm gonna get up
You're
after...
tiefling. You look too urban for them.
I know. Alright, so after about, 2 minutes of just, talking to myself, I'm just like, I didn't do anything wrong. What's gonna happen? I can just walk in. I'm a cleric. That's a temple. This is totally normal. I psych myself up, and I get up, and then I just, very casually just, stroll over to the front doors.
Okay. So you psych yourself up, you walk up. As you're walking up, the Grey Falcon member kind of looks you up and down. And kind of,
Do I see Chase among this crowd of people?
Huh?
Do I see Chase among these
Make
people?
a perception check.
Oh, shit. Because if I see him, my confidence is just gonna fucking plummet.
You can do it, man. You can do it.
8.
8. No sign of him. At least
That's probably for the best.
from what you can see.
It's probably for the best if I don't see him, right? Alright, so I'm just gonna, just walk up like I own the joint.
Okay.
Just walk up to the front doors.
So you walk up, the Grey Falcon at the front is kind of like, who the hell? And doesn't say anything as you just walk right past him into the temple. And
Sick.
yeah, you get in, and it's instantly into the big, the main part of the temple. So the big
with all
open,
the rows of...
yeah, the big open worship room.
Okay.
There's a couple hallways off of that. There are people out in the middle of the church worshiping and praying and doing that.
Which way does my spell tell me Utland's hat is?
It's actually pulling you to the left.
Going that way.
All right. So
You
you
end up in an evidence locker.
you follow it. You follow it left, and you walk down a hall. Then it pulls you left again, and you walk down that hall a little bit, and there's a.
Can I just keep passive perception up, just in case I see anything that makes me think, nope, gotta turn around.
Yeah. What's your passive perception? Just so I know.
Oh shit. What would that be?
It should be
'Cause
on.
my-
That's perception.
It should be your wisdom modifier plus 10, I think.
Oh, so 13 is my passive perception.
Okay. So, as you're walking through, there's actually a lot of people on the path that you're taking, both guards and civilian alike. So, as you're walking this way, it starts to look more and more jail-like.
Okay.
and you finally get to the hall finally comes to an end in a desk with a small like half door to one side, and there is a half orc sitting behind the desk.
A half orc, eh?
Uh-huh.
Fuck. All right. So, player knowledge, character knowledge here for a second. I'm gonna walk up to the half orc, and I'm gonna say, "Excuse me, I have a meeting with Truth Seeker Armand."
And he stops. He looks at you, and then he kind of flips through some papers. I don't have any appointments for him today.
I was told to meet him here before noon.
And he keeps flipping through some papers, and he goes, we actually... Are you here to see him, or do you have, like, a legal consultation with him?
We had plans for lunch.
That's not going to happen. He was brought in last night and booked.
Booked?
Yeah.
Like under arrest?
Yes, he was under arrest.
Isn't his job to arrest other people?
He was arrested for harboring a enemy of the state and several other charges. We have him back in a cell right now, and I cannot let you back there to see him.
Wait. He was harboring a fugitive?
Yes.
So he's a bad guy.
I mean, it looks that way.
I feel so deceived.
So, right then, and this kind of goes for all of you here, because this is pretty deep into the temple. There's no natural light at this point. It's all torches. Right now, all of the torches snuff.
I have dark vision. Can I
Yes.
still see?
Yes.
Okay. Well, half orc has dark vision too, so like I'm just gonna look at him and just be like, dude, what's going on?
And he stands up really quick and actually draws his sword. And he's looking around. And Atlin, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Shit. I don't know if this is a for me thing or like a for me to die thing. It's an 18.
18. All right. So, in the darkness, as a human, you don't have dark vision, so you're kind of trying really hard to get your eyes to adjust, but it's just too dark. You hear a very faint, like, jingling sound, and then click, click, and the door to your cell swings open a little bit. And you hear a very familiar voice. I told you we weren't going to let you fry for this. We need to go now.
My friend.
All right, but that just makes it messier. Bjorn, your cell door opens and you hear somebody, come on.
Okay. I reluctantly shuffle out quietly as I can.
Okay. So he's leading you down the hall. All right, I need everybody to... We gotta stay low, we gotta stay quiet, we gotta move as quickly and as carefully as possible. So, watch your footing. I need you both to make stealth checks for me.
Yeah.
Can
I
I,
rolled a 10.
So,
What's that? Oh,
Ian,
Uh-huh.
can I cast Continual Flame on the half orc sword?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So
Also-
the orc sword is now on fire.
I also
like-
want to point. Does he still have a consistent idea of where he's being pulled towards to grab my beanie?
That's a good question. Is continual flame concentration?
It's evocation. So, no, it says duration until dispelled, so it's not concentration.
Okay, because you can only have one concentration spell at a time.
Right.
So, yeah, you do still have up your locate object spell, so you can point yourself in the direction to find Etlin's beanie.
I'm just chilling with the half orc at this point. I'm like, dude, there's a light. I don't know what the protocol is, but I'm pretty sure nothing good is happening right now.
As you're standing there, Nickelodeon, you start to hear yells and shouts of guards trying to figure out what's going on. A couple are walking around with lanterns trying to see exactly what's what. But it's mostly just like, hey, get down there, check on everybody. That kind of yelling.
Okay.
What were the 2 stealth checks that you rolled?
I got a 9.
A 9.
I believe mine was a 10.
Okay. So
I
you're,
think
it's dice plus your dexterity modifier.
Yes.
okay, cool. So Dex +1, so 11. Real
All right.
lucky.
Yeah.
Real lucky.
Real lucky. So
Mhm.
you're trying to be as sneaky as possible, but just the sudden lights out is a little unnerving. Bjorn, you do have dark vision as a dwarf, so you can still see like pretty much what's going on. You're just not very sneaky by nature.
No.
So your footsteps are lighter than normal, but it's still met with a pretty decent like thud, thud, thud. With every step, you're just very heavy-footed.
Won't be sneaky to level 7.
The person guiding you, he actually has you by the hand, Etlin.
Aw.
So he's kind of guiding you. All right, what's your step?
Wait,
Okay.
what does the hand feel like?
A hand.
Like a flesh hand?
Yeah, it's a flesh hand.
Okay, cool.
It's a flesh hand. And it's at
Just on a flesh wound.
it's a flesh hand, and it's like it's the angle of the hand, like where your hand is being held, is taller than a gnome. So
Okay, thank you.
if that helps you.
Yeah.
But he's leading you out. You come up to a small intersection, and you can actually see light at the end of the hall. And he says, "All right, stay right here." And he drops your hand, and he's gone.
Oh no.
And just a few seconds later, you hear, "Hey, what?" And the body hit the ground.
How far are we from the cell?
From the cell, you're all the way out into the next hall. So you're out of the cells.
Okay, cool.
So
Your friend probably just murked my half-orc buddy.
no, you would have seen that.
Yeah, actually, it's true. The dark vision.
Plus, you have a sword that's on fire and radiating bright light.
It's,
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
actually, the presence of the bright light is affecting your dark vision.
Ooh.
Right.
That's
Well,
a
I'm just
good
trying to
point.
light the room for like other people as they show up.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
because of the light, you've now successfully affected your dark vision and the half-orcs. So you can't like see out into the darkness anymore.
That's cool.
So from there, your mysterious guide comes back and goes, "All right, we don't have long before he gets back up. Let's go." He takes your hand.
And as we go, I'm like, who was that? What happened?
We just he wasn't supposed to be there.
Okay.
All right, and he continues to lead you down.
As we go, I just want like, what's going on? Wait.
I need you to be way quieter than you're actually being.
Okay, yeah, I get
So
that. Yeah.
he leads you down a hall. You make a right, down another hall. You make a left. He goes, "All right, this is going to be the tricky part." And he leans around the corner. And around the corner, you can actually see a pretty bright light.
Can we see what's around the bright light?
If you want to peek around the corner.
I'm gonna pick around the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a stealth check for me.
So 7.
Don't fail me.
Wait, so is that with the whole dexterity thing?
Stealth checks are always plus dexterity.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so 8.
9.
That's what you want.
And you guys are not sneaky in the least bit.
No,
I was gonna say, you guys are loud as fuck.
So-
Yeah.
You
I blame this dice.
you both kind of peek around the corner, trying to stay like as low and like corner peeky as possible, and you actually do see there is a large half-orc with a flaming sword standing
Oh,
there.
geez.
But you do also see your friend. It's Nickelodeon. He's standing with the half-orc.
I just like I'm assuming we're like leaning around the corner with the other guy. You know, like we're Scooby Dooing over the corner.
Yeah,
I just like tap his shoulder like that's my friend.
I'm aware of that. Again, I need you to be far quieter than you're actually being.
Yeah, okay.
All right, thank you. Dwarf, nice job on being quiet. I don't have to ask you. I appreciate that.
Bjorn says nothing.
All right.
Yeah, Bjorn says nothing.
Actually, Nickelodeon, make a perception check for me.
6.
6.
Yeah, I'm basically just like watching the half orc at this point, just like
So
deferring to you, bro.
You just see the outline of the sword, like when like a bright flashlight turns on in front of you. That's all you see now.
it's
Yeah,
okay
pretty much.
because their stealth rolls actually were low enough that this works. So they kind of peek around the corner, and you do see the outline of 3 people, and
The headline.
one of them is very obviously Bjorn. Like you'd recognize his silhouette anywhere. So they're kind of at the end of the hall, just kind of like peeking around the edge.
When I see Bjorn, I'm gonna look at the half orc and just be like, "Should we go? Like, should we evacuate? Like, should we leave?" And just try to get his attention towards the opposite direction of them.
And the half orc is standing there, like super vigilant vanguard. He goes, That's a very good idea. Obviously, a little bit nervous. Yeah. And he like walks off down the hall, very loud voice. Everyone that's non-essential needs to follow me outside. And he's like calling, like trying to push civilians that are kind of cowering in fear, trying to push them down the hall to clear the area.
All right, I'm gonna follow him, but like as I'm following, I'm gonna turn back towards Bjorn and Etlin and just be like, "What the fuck?" And then just
I wanna do the
follow the
exact
guy out. Just
I
follow
want
him
to
out.
do. I want to do the exact same motion, but like with my face.
The guy, your anonymous guard, grabs your hand again and goes, "All right, lucky break, let's go." And he takes you straight across the hall, down a little bit further, but further back into what looks like offices.
Wait, where? I thought we were leaving. Like, you know, I like Nickelodeon says that. Just like, I thought we were leaving.
You might have to roll perception for this one, but I go, me too.
So the orc goes, "We are," and just like keeps moving forward.
Can we ask for our stuff?
I mean, if
I don't think you guys aren't with me though.
no, at this point, Nickelodeon, you're down the hall like to leave, and the anonymous lead, like the anonymous guide.
Oh,
Etlin
you
and-
guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
They all.
I thought you were saying the half orc took me down towards them.
No.
And I was like, the
No.
fuck, bro?
The half orc is headed out. The other 3, like, so you're heading with the half orc, is what I picked up. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just dipping.
And
I
then
thought you like turned around like I thought you were leaving.
yeah,
I thought that's what you were doing, like to us.
Oh no.
excellent. So I just got word in chat that Tom's alive.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
So what we're gonna do?
Is that character knowledge or player knowledge?
It's definitely player knowledge.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, chat. This is super out of character for us, but we are gonna throw it to a really quick, like a really quick away screen, just so we can fix some stuff and get everything rearranged. And we'll be right back, just as quick as we possibly can, for more fun times. Sorry to always fucking cliffhanger this, guys, but
Should we transition this into like maybe just our first break?
Yeah, that's what I was
yeah,
okay.
It is about time.
we're getting right about that time. So we're actually just gonna take a really quick break. We'll be back here, everybody in chat, in about 15 minutes, and this time with Tom. So full party. Things are gonna go well. We'll be right back. Stay there. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat so we can talk to you for a minute when we get back, because we like you. All right, have a good one. Be right back. Okay, we're back, and this time with Tom. He's definitely still alive.
I am here. Yes.
So
The reports are true.
we're hanging out for just a couple more seconds before we jump back into the game. So chat, what are you guys up to? How you doing? I hope you had a great week. I hope that everything's going well. I hope everything's coming up Millhouse for you.
Mm-hmm. Everything's coming up Stump House.
Everything's coming up Stump House. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. But yeah, kind of midway point. How are the players feeling? You guys good?
I wanna touch on something really quick, because last week I came up with an idea to try and get a push to hit affiliate, get a push for 50, but now we're only like 4 off, so it seems kind of redundant. I think we'll have that by next week. I'm fairly confident we'll have that by next week, but I still wanted to make things interesting because I'm both excited and terrified by the proposition I'm about to make, which makes me think that maybe it's on the right path. So, if we can get 10 followers by next episode, alright, fuck you guys. If we get 10 more followers by next episode, as you know, everyone calls me Malfoy. So, next episode, I will come to stream as Malfoy for stream. And you're thinking, well, that's not exciting. Just throw on a shirt and a tie. But
No.
if you guys remember what Malfoy looks like, does not have a beard.
Oh
So,
my god.
if
This
we can
boy
get 10
hasn't not had a beard in a while.
if we could get my heart's racing right now because I don't
It's
want
a
to commit
good
to
beard.
this.
Don't do this to yourself.
We can
No,
get
dude.
10 followers from now, 10 followers by next episode. I will shave this beard I've been working on for 3 months
Oh, you're
and
a
show
man.
up dressed up like Malfoy.
I'm into it.
Our follower count's all brrr, and like a few
I would love it. Are you kidding me? So
Dude, my
don't need to
my
do
heart is racing so fast right now.
So
Like,
you heard it here.
I almost regret it.
you heard it here. If we can have 46 followers, 56 followers, I'm sorry, by next week, by next Friday, that young man right there is going to shave his beard and show up as Malfoy.
I want to campaign against this.
Dude,
It's
I,
a good beard. It's a beautiful beard.
I feel
It is a
I
good
feel
beard.
so much regret for committing to this right now.
But you did it.
That tells me it's a good thing.
Good save.
It would make an impression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's 10. 10 guys. Not 9, not 8. 10.
What about 7?
No.
Now, what about 11?
Well, yeah, that's more than 10. We're good.
What happens if we get 15?
You guys want to commit to something? I'm pretty
Okay.
I'm pretty
So-
stressed out already.
If if we
15, I will also dress in full Slytherin garb, like the tie, the jacket, and the robe.
I was
And a
gonna say
I'll go full Slytherin too.
I was gonna say if we hit 15, I'll just go to I'll shave a mustache, but that's way better. Do that.
I'm not
You
doing any of this. You
You
guys
could
are
also
crazy.
just shave a mustache, Ian.
Yeah, but I wanted to have a purpose.
I'm about to make a very terrible decision next week, so
It's
know
okay. It's the best decision for you.
I'll offer this. By next week, regardless of how many we get, I will shave 2.
oh, that's so kind of you. Way to join me in this
Oh,
time.
Tom.
Actually, if I don't shave, that would be interesting. It would be so gross.
And so reverse, Tom's gonna grow a beard as thick as mine next week if we get 10 followers.
I can only wish. No. I can only
You
wish.
guys are all crazy people.
If
Yeah,
we
dude,
if we have
my
25
hand is
followers,
shaking so much right now.
if we can have 25 followers by next week,
Cut your hair.
I'll shave my head.
Why are you guys saying these things?
Because I want the follows.
None of the things you guys are doing have to happen.
Just cut your ponytail off.
We're trying to give
Yeah.
ample inspiration, Steven.
So
Wow.
I will If we can get 25, I will just cut it at the ponytail.
Oof. Straight up samurai on that. Lose all your house honor.
Yeah, man. Dishonor on me, dishonor on my cow.
Just Ashitaka. Just
Yeah.
No, Pepper, he's gonna dishonor you. Don't do it.
God.
All
Alright, well, good luck, guys.
right, guys. Well, let's hop back into it here. We had our fun. So where we left off before break, we had a breakout happening. All the torches had gone out. There was an anonymous guide kind of leading Etlin and Bjorn out of the Temple of the Lord, further off into what seems to be more offices. Nickelodeon had walked his way in and met this large half-orc, lit the half-orc's sword on fire when the lights went out, so now he has just this flaming beacon of death light, and he's actually trying to help evacuate the building. So what we're going to do here, we're actually going to take a step back. We're going to jump back in time a little bit. We're going to hang out with Armand and kind of go over exactly what he was doing during this whole thing. Because Armand, shortly after you were taken back to your cell the day before, you had your meeting with the two gentlemen. You had your title stripped. They sent you back to your cell. A little bit later, you were there for an hour or two, just kind of hanging out, and a guard comes in and calls you specifically out, leaving your two comrades. I had said that you just kind of got up. You went very peacefully. You're not trying to cause any ruckus because you don't want to make anything worse. And he took you further back into, actually away from the cells themselves and further back into more of like the office space kind of stuff. Sat you down, and you were able to have just a one-on-one with your lawyer. The state actually provided you with a lawyer just because of who you were. They're trying to save relation at the same time while also trying to put some distance. So they got you a very nice lawyer, and he's in there. You sit down. He goes, "Thank you very much for coming in and meeting with me. I'm sorry that it couldn't have been on better terms. I've actually been following your career. You've had some pretty big cases. The work you did with the Colts outside of Ingersoll was fantastic. And I would like to say it's an honor to be able to represent you, sir."
Well, thank you. So, okay, do I know who this is? Do I recognize him?
Not at all.
I don't know. Okay. Can you give me your name?
Yes, my name is James.
James. Hello, James.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And he sits down at the desk in front of you, like on his side of the desk. He's flipping through some papers. He goes, I'm going to be honest with you here, sir. This has been one tough case to try and figure out how to crack for you. It all looks circumstantial, but at the same time, it all looks like it has some sort of merit given the angles they're playing. Like, I've been through this as many times as I can, just in the small amount of time that I've had this. But the one thing I do know is that the sooner we can get you in front of a judge, the better. So the sooner we can get you in front of a judge, the less time they have to actually concoct any sort of plan of attack. So our best offense is being proactive.
I would agree entirely with that. We need to get this case done as quickly as possible. That's showcase the fact that they don't have anything that would all of their accusations don't have any actual basis on factual evidence, and but I don't know if you're aware of this, but they've actually released me of my title. So regardless of how this goes down, I do not believe I will be a truth seeker in the end.
And that is probably the greatest tragedy that could have come out of this situation. And I do sincerely apologize about that, sir. But I think what we need to focus on now is an actual defense and finding holes to poke.
Do you know if have you spoken to any of the Grey Falcon about this case as of yet?
I have not. I have this whole thing stinks. When I asked to speak with Falcon Chase, I was told that anything that he had to say would be irrelevant, and that there were better things to do with my time, especially when I should have been trying to figure out exactly how to move everything forward. What does that sound?
Yeah, what does that sound?
Oh
my god!
That's exactly what I thought it was. This is the truest Bjorn cosplay.
I just love that. Just
Yeah.
so anyway, sorry about that. Back in. Everything that I tried to do, I was headed off at every chance. I have not been able to speak with or get a statement from Falcon Chase, but I do have I do have the official statement that the Grey Falcon themselves have released, given the matter, and it seems pretty airtight.
Have they released anything to the public?
They did release a statement saying that they had apprehended three suspects in regards to harboring of a state criminal, like a state fugitive. They didn't list all of the charges that they're placing on the three of you, but they did list enough. They did.
They did name us.
They did name you. They're trying really hard to paint you as like public enemy number one, aside from the Drow, who is, by the way, now dead.
What?
Yes. They took him into custody, and within a matter of I don't even think it was hours, he was executed.
Oh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Was that execution public?
Yes. In fact, it happened. It happened, I would say, a little bit after midnight on the steps of the temple here.
Metal ass.
Well, I was going to offer, because I believe that their influence for this, or their reasoning for this, might be political. I was going to ask if you could negotiate a deal in which I just serve that I don't serve time, or but I lose my title and just am able to retire normally as I would, just to withdraw my position and retire normally, receive my compensation for the last few cases that I've held. But if they name me publicly, I don't know if that would be possible at this point.
That would be tougher. What I'm gonna do here, just because they wanted to limit how much time we actually have to speak into smaller increments. I do have a nicer cell for you, a nicer place for you to stay in the interim. I tried to make this about just as comfy as I could for you. I do apologize, but I will have to be moving you along. I assure you, every waking moment I have is going to be poring over this case.
All right, thank you, James.
Mm-hmm. Of course. So he does knock on the door, and the guard comes back in. This time he's not even trying to cuff you, but he does kind of guide you up and out the door. He takes you down the hall a ways and actually opens up. He takes you down to a door, opens it up. It's actually a pretty comfy, pretty cozy room. A nice bed. There's a small table with some parchment and ink. A small fruit tray. They really did try to make this as comfortable as possible for you, given the situation.
Is he still with me when I'm walking to the cell?
Uh-huh.
I'll ask him, would there be any way to afford this same comfort to the other members of my party? We've all been unjustly accused.
And just making sure, is this the guard or to James?
It would have been to James, not
okay.
not to the...
So James says, I will take a look into it.
Thank you.
And Stephen, for Etlin's knowledge, actually no, never mind. We'll keep moving.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, we'll keep moving. There's nothing worth it there. So you go into you go into the cell. They close the door and lock it. And now I was getting a little bit ahead of myself. You're spending time just kind of thinking, and you hear a very large boom, and you hear the commotion outside, but nobody actually comes to check on you. Time passes. It seems to kind of settle down a little bit. In this time, Stephen, now is actually when the information would be pertinent. You've been visited by your lawyer at this point. And he comes, talks to you, leaves, and time keeps going. Nickelodeon, you do your stakeout. We keep moving forward. Without any sort of warning, there's a knock at the door of your cell, and someone unlocks it.
Armand.
Of Armand, I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely Armand.
And someone unlocks it and just comes in, and it's James.
Okay.
And he's looking around very nervously. He says, "This has to be quick."
Okay. What's going on?
He says, "This has to be quick. You are going to follow me as close as you can. Don't say a word." And he snaps, and all of the lights go out.
What? Dumbledore was his lawyer the whole time?
So he's just like, "We gotta go." Snaps, and all the lights go out. As a health elf, I believe you have dark vision, correct? Or at least low light vision?
Low light vision, yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Okay, so it's too dark for your low light vision, so he's actually kind of leading you by the hand. He leads you down the hall very quickly and pushes you into a dark room. Says, "Stay here, do not make a sound," and closes the door and locks it and disappears. So, jump forward. That brings us back to present. Nickelodeon, you are on your way out of the temple with the half-orc. Atlin and Bjorn, you're being guided by the anonymous guide, and he's taking you further and further into what looks to be office spaces, Bjorn. And he opens a door and pushes all of you in and says, no, stay here, and just you have to be quiet. Tom, roll a perception check for me.
Na 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 na. Okay. 11.
11. You're able to pick out the voice right away, and that's James.
Okay.
Oh.
And he's just talking, but I can't see who he's talking to.
Yeah, so he's talking to someone, and he's like, I will be back as quickly as I possibly can. And he closes the door and locks it again.
So someone whispers after the person, mumbling, just,
What?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to get at.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like voices, you don't know what he's saying though.
So now I'm in this room and he talked to somebody.
You're in this room. With that 11, you would be able to, like, the air pressure kind of changed a little bit. It feels like there's other people in the room with you. Bjorn, he opens the door, and because you have dark vision, you can see perfectly fine. Armand is in the room with you.
Well, I don't see anything. I just kind of shuffle in. Just kind of shuffle in, but after he closes the door, I kind of crawl up to Armand and poke him. He's like, "Hey, it's me, Bjorn."
Hello. Hello, is Bjorn. What are you doing here?
Hey, True Ebag, thanks for the host, my guy.
Indeed.
Oh,
No,
I'm sorry, I missed
keep
that.
going. No, keep going.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either. Can you see?
Yes, I can see perfectly fine.
Can you bring me a torch? Is there a torch in here?
Is there a torch in there?
Make a perception check.
Dice don't fail me like you did earlier. 9 again.
9?
Wrong,
Is it
that's
that?
9.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't hear what you had said.
He was just frustrated in German.
Yeah. So
9!
with the 9, you don't see. There's no torch. There's no lamp. Anything that you can see.
I would like to. Okay, so first, do you tell me that, Bjorn?
Yeah, I don't see anything in here, lad.
Okay. Can I use prestidigitation to just create a few sparks so I can at least see for a second what the room is like?
Yeah, you can do it. Just right. And it's bright for just a quick second, and it's actually your old office.
Okay. And who's in here?
Wait, when this happens, what do I see?
When you see, he goes, and these sparks go off, and you see a very indifferent-looking Bjorn, and a kind of nervous Armand.
Wait, am I able to actually tell who they are? Because they just snap from dark to bright immediately.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's time enough for my eyes to adjust.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay, thank you.
Didn't he hear us though?
No, Ellen's kind of an idiot. All right, so I got a 19 first, and then a 4. So I got a 4.
Oh, ouch.
So I immediately like, Bjorn, get behind me! And I'm just like swinging my arm out in front of me.
What?
And I'm like, just, it's all right, lad. Just trying to calm him down, you know?
All right.
Quiet, something's
Finally.
happening. Why are you guys freaking out? Stop it.
So Nickelodeon, at this point, you've actually gotten back towards the front of the temple. You're back in natural light. It's very well lit where you are, and people are concerned and like moving quickly out the front, like out back into the main square.
So we can see everything now?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna snap off the fire from his sword then.
Okay. Back to the other 3 here. The door opens up again, and it's James, and he goes, "All right, we gotta go. We gotta go now. Come on."
Was James my lawyer also?
Huh? Yes.
Okay.
What's going on? Why do we need? What's going on?
I'm getting you out of here. We gotta go.
I want to
Where are
pretend
we
like I
going?
know exactly what's going on.
Okay.
Hey, you can trust this guy.
What's happening? Are we under attack? Is Xanderstead under attack again, or is there some kind of mass evacuation going on? Or?
Let's just say there's a lot of people that want you not here right now. And he goes to Etlin, and he puts something in your hand, and he goes, "You're gonna need that. You're welcome."
What is it?
It's the ring that you were asked to get.
Hey! I'm just like, in only 12 hours.
So he's like, "Come
Okay.
on, we gotta go."
So okay. I'll leave very skeptically.
Okay.
Be like,
This might be a bad idea, but can I put the ring on?
Yeah.
It seems like a terrible idea, but I think that's what my character's gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just left hand put
Just-
it on.
All right.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Sick.
okay.
Best case scenario, guys.
So
Slow acting poison ring.
all right. So James starts to kind of leave the room. Those of you that can't see, grab hands. I'll lead us out of here.
I reached for both of their hands. Like we're walking like it's the beginning of Gullah Gullah Island right now.
So
It's good.
Yeah,
Good
I
to see
grab
you,
Armand
Etlin.
and Ellen's hands, put them together, and then I hold on to Armand and start leading.
okay. And actually, Bjorn, make a perception check for me.
All right, let's do that. Come on, dice, don't fail me. Son of a
Good
bitch.
luck. 9.
3.
3. All right. Never mind. We'll keep moving. So
Is this late at night?
no, it's actually like right in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, we're inside the building.
You're inside the
Inside
building.
so it's dark. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no
Yeah,
like
that makes
natural
sense.
light coming in. So James proceeds to lead with Bjorn behind him in a chain of two people that can't see in the dark behind him. James is leading you down halls and like hall after hall after hall, through a door, down a stairway, deeper and deeper.
Can I tell where we're going based on my own self-knowledge of the building, or no?
Not really. It's a little bit too quick.
Okay.
And there's so many questions going on in your head that it's like trying to pay attention to where you're actually going is tough. But it's like hallway, hallway, making a left, making a right, hallway, hallway, down some stairs, down another flight of stairs. And
as we're going this distance, can I do detect magic on the ring?
yeah.
Okay.
So you look at the ring, and there is a faint glow to it, suggesting that there might be some sort of magical property to it.
Okay. Okay.
We don't have our stuff, right?
No.
No.
At all.
None of your stuff, none of your money.
None, yeah.
Yeah. So you get further and further down. Eventually, you get to a spot, and James goes, "All right, hold on," and pulls up part of a floor stone to reveal a ladder. And he's like, "All right, down we go." He's kind of motioning Bjorn to get the people down the ladder.
I'm gonna stop him and be like, "No, what is going on? Why are we being led to some dungeon or something?"
I already told you. There's a majority of people that do not want you here.
Like they don't want us here. They want us dead way, or some other people wish us well and not being here kind of way.
Okay, so I'm saving your life right now. How about you say thank you and go down the ladder, and we can talk about all of this in just a few minutes. We're almost out.
Listen to the man. I just like, woo, down the ladder.
I'll look around and be like, "Wait, go ahead."
Go ahead, Tom.
I'll just look around and be like, "We will discuss this in a minute."
Yeah. Now let's go. Come on.
Okay.
And I
And
kind
I'll
of
go down.
impatiently shove him.
I'll stop and just be like, and then I'll keep going down.
So while all of this is going on, Nickelodeon, where are you in regards to the temple? Are you still just in that main like foyer? Did you head outside?
I'm just tag teaming with the half orc. I'm not leaving that guy.
Okay. Somebody actually comes up to you very, very quickly and just whispers, like it's really close, and just whispers, we have your friends. We need you to come with us. Don't make a scene. Meet me down meet me half a block to your right, and we'll take you to your friends. And he just walks away, then blends back into the crowd.
I didn't get a good look at him at all.
No, he was kind of making sure that you couldn't.
All right. Well, so let's reason this out, right? So I show up, find out all my friends are imprisoned for harboring a fugitive. The lights go out. There's a ruckus, and I'm told that somebody has them. It feels like a trap, man.
That seems fair.
So he said a block to the right.
Yeah, so like go outside, take a right, half a block down.
I'm gonna go out into the crowd and just kind of just watch where they told me to go.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Shit, man. Let's get a good roll for once, huh?
You're
Nope.
something.
8.
Hey, there's nothing happening over there. Like there's nobody that looks out of the ordinary. It's a little bit a little bit of some confusion out there, but as a whole, it seems pretty straightforward.
I'll start walking that direction.
Okay. As you get closer, somebody else comes up next to you and goes, "Okay, so we're gonna get to the end of the block, and we're gonna go left. Walk like you know me, and we're having a conversation. Don't make eye contact with anybody else. You gotta trust me on this one."
All right. Lead the ways.
All right. So you go to the end of the block. You turn where he said. You go down another 2 blocks, and he takes you down a small side alley, and stops at a manhole and pops it open. And he goes, "All right, this is where they said we'd meet up. Come on." And he hops down into the sewer. And
Is there anyone around us?
no,
No one?
like
Ghost
you're.
town?
So there's a couple like homeless kind of people, but nobody that should be really drawing attention.
Alright, I'll follow him down.
All right, so you head on down. You get to the bottom of the ladder, and he's just stopped there. He says, "All right, this is where we're supposed to meet." And within just a couple of seconds, you actually hear them first, and then you see them. A man in a black robe and a hood comes around the corner, and behind him is Bjorn leading Etlin and Armand.
Do I see him?
Yeah, now that there's a little bit of light, you can it takes a second for your eyes to adjust, but there's no hiding him.
I just want to like run like, "Ah!" Or, like throw my arms around the man.
I leave for a day and fucking chaos ensues? What happened?
It was terrible. Bjorn did all of this.
Are you the reason why we're here?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Then I'll turn to James and be like, "Do you care to explain why we are in a sewer?"
Arrangements were made. You have an appointment. Let's go. And his like nervous like office guy demeanor has dropped, and he's now very, very straightforward, very business. You have an appointment. Come on. And he just keeps walking down the sewer.
No, wait, what the fuck happened with the drow? What? I have no answers.
He's dead.
I've heard that the drow's been executed.
Yep. Drow died. They tried to pin a whole bunch of nonsense on you. There's somebody in town that seems to like the lot of you, and we got a good amount of money to get you out. We did that. Now you have a meeting with them. So come on.
Not like we didn't try to kill the drow before. So, not a loss.
Wait, so the drow died, but you weren't the ones who killed the drow?
No.
The dude was on death's door. How hard could it have been?
We didn't want to kill him.
Right,
We
you
were
guys wanted
trying-
to talk to him, but I
Yeah, we
assumed
were trying to talk to him.
he wouldn't have made it out after the conversation, right?
Well, there was a commotion. I was almost stabbed to death by some ice.
Like I said,
I'll
all
just
Bjorn's
look at
fault.
Edlin.
All Bjorn.
For a second, as I say that,
I looked directly
like-
at Bjorn. I'm like, why? Why?
and Bjorn,
I throw my hands up like, the fuck, man?
it just went south very, very fast, and he ran out into the street, and of course it's the street of Xanderstead. Nobody was going to ignore a flippin' drow running through the roadway, and we were imprisoned.
How did he walk? Did you guys heal him?
Did we heal him?
You did apply some pretty basic first aid. Splinted up his knee,
So
stopped his
we-
bleeding.
He was all hopped up on adrenaline, guys.
He did. Yeah, we didn't heal him. We made sure that he wasn't about to bleed out and die in the middle of Etlin's place, but he got the drop on us very, very quickly, and it was a shock. And somebody overreacted,
Bjorn.
and that took out all the rest of us, and we had to play catch up, and we didn't play it very well. And of
I'm
course,
gonna-
the Falcon member who was outside in the freaking town was Chase Truthbearer, the same person who's been giving us issues. So
Fuck that guy, dude.
And
I'm gonna turn to Etlin real quick and just be like, all right, first off, if Bjorn was responsible for this, there would have been 5 pieces of that drow in your apartment, and we wouldn't have been in prison a second ago.
You would think.
I'm gonna turn to the hooded figure, and like just kind of like skeptically look at him, and then I'm just gonna start walking towards him.
And
Are we
he,
moving while this is going on?
no, you guys have been standing still this whole time.
Okay.
So James turns around and sees Nickelodeon coming. He goes, "All right, come on. All right, guys. How many times do I have to say it? This is a pretty important meeting, and you do not want to piss the guy off that paid for all of this. So come on."
Can I look at the ring that I got while we start walking?
Yeah.
What does it look like? Anything in particular?
It's a drow. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to the other rings that you have found from the drow. Gold, like spider legs holding a red inset stone.
Where's the shady guy that was with Nickelodeon?
He's behind you.
Okay.
He's kind of bringing up the rear.
And he might stay behind me, but I would think I would take just a minute to watch everybody else walk towards down a ways, and then just be like, and then walk like a bit of a distance behind them.
What was the name of that Thieves Guild kind of thing again?
Thieves Guild kind of thing again.
That was the silent majority.
Silent Majority? I just want to like fall in line with the guy in the back. I'm like, yeah, you guys were the Silent Majority too?
So the guy in the back just goes, "Do you always ask these many questions?"
There's one.
Then he just doesn't reply.
Did I hear this?
I mean, if you're in the back by him, most likely.
Do I know who they are? Would that have been a part of my work education?
Roll a
Is it history maybe? I don't know.
roll a
Roll history?
history for me.
Insight? I don't.
God, these rolls. 7.
Oh, right. So it doesn't really ring a bell.
A Silent Majority wouldn't.
So you guys travel down this tunnel for a while, and because it's so dark, at least the ones of you who don't have dark vision, it feels like an eternity just wandering, not knowing where you're going in the dark. Finally, you do get to a door. Atlin, this is a door that you've seen and you remember. There's
Is Doug out front?
There's a placard that says "Members Only."
Is Doug out front?
No, nobody's out front, but
Okay.
James walks up and knocks on it. The slot opens and closes, and the door opens up, and he goes, "Come on."
I've been here. I'm a member.
As you walk through, Doug is there, and he goes, "You're definitely not a member."
Yeah. What? How would you know?
Oh my god. And he shakes his head and closes the door and just kind of keeps pointing.
So I'm going to be very anxious right now. And be like, this is... In my head, Armand's thinking like, this does not look legal. This looks very underground. But I'm going to take that role and be like, I don't recognize any of these members, I'm presuming, because I don't know who the Silent Majority are. And I'm new to Xanderstead, but I'll just be like...
As we're walking through, are there any like rooms off to the side or any like? I full on just want to like do quick peeks everywhere as we're walking.
So what you can see, there's a couple rooms, but it's mostly just like offset like little alcoves. And in those alcoves, it's everything from like beds to like a small kind of makeshift kitchen. And there's a couple guys like sharpening blades. It's just really kind of hanging out. This doesn't necessarily look like a home, like a permanent home base, and more of just a staging area. So
Okay.
they walk you through. And you finally come back to Atlin again. You've seen this table. This is where you lost your 1 gold. But this time there's 4 chairs on one side and 1 on the other side of the table. James
Is
walks
the chair
up.
smaller than the other chairs?
It's an average sized chair. It's a chair.
Okay.
James walks up and kind of motions to the table. He'll be right here. Take a seat.
I'm gonna stand.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit either.
I immediately sit and look at you guys like you're like super rude. Like,
All right. And he kind of walks off to the side and leans up against the wall. Kind of picking at his nails. You wait for just Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna look around and then sit down in the chair closest to Nick.
Okay. So you wait for just a couple of minutes, and then from down the hall, a door opens and a guy comes out. Smaller figure with a hood. And he's walking out. And as he's coming out, he actually pulls down the hood. He's like, "Oh, I was wondering when you guys were going to get here."
This is the guy I met with before?
I don't know. You never saw the guy's face before.
The voice.
Make a perception check.
Okay. 8.
There's something else that would be super obvious if it was him.
The hand thing.
Not that I would know.
Yeah, the hand thing. But he said I didn't see his face, so I'm assuming maybe he's wearing a glove or something. Yeah, I guess just the 8.
Okay. He sounds kind of familiar, but it could be one of those, like, maybe I heard him. Yeah, maybe it's just kind of one of those voices.
Yeah.
So he gets up to the table and kind of hops up into the chair. Once he's there, you can definitely see that this man is a gnome, just in proportions and stature. And he has just the biggest smile on his face. He sets his hands on the table, and he has one organic and one mechanical hand. And he's just like, okay.
I definitely know who this guy is now. Okay.
He's like, it has been the day. I was wondering. I'm so sorry that it actually ended up with you guys being arrested, but
it's just a normal day.
Wasn't that
for Squad Penham?
Squad Penham. I like it. Isn't it kind of cool though? Like, we just broke you out of one of the more secure places in the Empire. Like, wasn't that cool?
Oh, great.
Yeah. I like your enthusiasm. I like
you. Yeah, no, I mean, like, we were ready, and I put the keys down on the table. I'm like, we were ready, but, like, I mean, you beat me to it.
Oh, clever. So, I have to, I feel introductions are in order. I've met you. He motions to Atlin. He goes, and last time you were here, you gave me a fake name. Are you willing to actually give me your real name this time?
It depends. You willing to give me yours?
I'll roll you for it.
You said introductions.
All right. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Let's see. 14, and then charisma is +2. 16.
16? All right, he goes, yeah, we're probably going to be working together for a little bit. You might as well know who I am. Hi. And he puts out the mechanical hand. My name's Quakus. How are you?
Pleasure.
Excellent.
Do I recognize that name at all?
No.
Okay.
And he kind of looks around the room. He goes, so, names. I gave you mine. It's kind of common courtesy.
Atlin Penham. A pleasure.
All right. Good to meet you. He looks to the next person sitting, which would be you, Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Bjorn Darahan. Well met.
Well met, Dowerhand. I like your name. And then the gentleman that refused to sit.
Yeah, I kind of Nick kind of has his arms like folded, and he's just kind of like leaning back a little bit, just like Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon. All right. And you, sir?
Armand Felbrin.
Armand Felbrin. I know that name.
Do you? I don't know your name.
You're a man of the law, aren't you?
Said it.
Yes. Yes, I am.
It's a shame to hear what happened. Just on all those, they really sold you down the river to save themselves. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so
it's going to be a bigger sale now that I've apparently fled illegally from imprisonment.
We can fix that. Some gold changes hands. Some people look the other way. You'll be fine. You won't get your title back, unfortunately, but you'll be fine. So let's talk business. He looks at Edlin. Did you get the thing I asked you for?
Now, which thing do you mean?
Which hand are you pointing with?
Huh?
Which hand are you pointing with?
My
Is
right
it-
one.
Oh, okay.
The ring one is this one.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. He goes, well, if you do remember, I gave you a job, and I told you you had 48 hours. So I want to know if you've completed that job or if you are still on the clock.
I'm gonna look at Etlin and give him eye daggers if I can. Just like,
Okay. I want to, Ian, like, I want to do something here.
Okay.
I want to say is yes, I have. And if you'll check the grumpy one's pockets, like his left pocket, you'll find exactly what you're looking for.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check and a deception check. I need both of them.
All right.
No.
So I rolled myself a pretty roll, but I don't know if it's enough. It's a 12.
Okay.
It's not perfect. Wait, that's for the sleight of hand was the first one,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything I can add to that one? Dexterity?
The sleight of
Okay,
hand
so-
is always plus dexterity.
Okay, so 13. And then the other one is, what was the?
Deception,
All right.
which would be charisma.
Oh, I got that one. 11.
but Nickelodeon actually has a ring, right?
11. Plus
You don't know that?
Oh, that's right. Armand does not know that.
So yeah, so 13.
Okay.
For both, I think it is.
So,
Yeah, 13.
That's right. Ellen doesn't know that either.
No one really
So-
knows, baby.
so walk me through how you do this,
Huh?
because you just kind of.
It would have been Mage Hand as we were talking.
Okay, so Mage Hand would have done it while you were talking. I need you to make I need you to make a stealth check for your Mage Hand for me.
That's fair. Okay.
Because remember last
Neon
because
pink
last we
face.
spoke, it was neon
Yeah.
pink.
Yeah.
You know,
I have a way to hide this, but I don't know if you'll. I don't know how much do you want to play this one?
Just explain out what you're doing.
Okay, so all I would do is just press digitation to make the thing real dark, like real dirty, like with either the permanent mark or the dirty thing. One of these, I don't know, to make the hand harder to see.
Okay.
But then I'll still roll for it though.
Yeah, I need you to make a stealth check for me.
Okay. That one's a 5.
A 5. All right.
Yeah.
So,
No luck, 'cause I'm already pushing this one.
yeah. So, Quakest looks and he goes, James, can you check the pocket for me? If you don't mind. Nickelodeon, if you don't mind. James comes up and kind of shrugs a little bit in kind of like a I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Wait, he's telling him to check my pockets?
Whose pocket was it supposed to be in?
Oh, Armand's pocket.
Oh, in Armand's. Okay.
Yeah.
Flip that.
Wrong grumpy one.
I was thinking
Yeah.
that. My bad. I should have
No.
specified. That's my fault. So he walks up to Armand and kind of shrugs at you. Can I check your pockets?
And I look at him like, let him do it.
I will empty my pockets, but I will not let this guy touch me.
Okay.
Because now I'm
fair.
super disillusioned by him, by Mr. James. So I'll empty out my pockets, and I presume I don't have anything, or do I?
You do pull out the ring.
I'm
I
just
go-
like, what the fuck?
I just go like, I'm just like, ta-da!
So James
Then
takes.
I'm just gonna give Etlin a
Jazz hands.
deeper like.
So James takes the ring.
evidence.
James takes the ring and kind of chuckles a little bit, looks at you, and he's like, "All right," and goes back and he sets the ring on the table in front of Quakest. Quakest looks at you and goes, "That was pretty clever, but remember what I told you last time? That hand is gonna get you in some pretty. That hand is pretty obvious in this line of work.
I agree.
Oh man.
Your heart is in the right place, but your technique needs work.
That's fair.
Thank you for retrieving this. It's definitely something that we were keen to have. So consider us square. Actually, no, don't consider us square. I'm sorry, we just got you out of jail. So by my count, you still owe us.
Here we go. I don't recall asking for this.
I don't recall you being the one paying.
Oh, well. Okay.
He's just like, oh, cool, I'm good. Your credit score check just came up good.
So, and he kind of leans back a little bit. I have a job that I need done, and it is not in this city. And that's actually probably the best thing for you right now, considering that all of you, and now even Sir Nickelodeon, just by being in proxy, I'm assuming that they might be looking for you, maybe. But I haven't gotten that far down the line. Don't worry, we'll put out the fires, but I do need a little bit of compensation from you. See, there's a small town, it's in the forest a little bit west of here. It's got some problems, and I need you to fix them. See, that's a decent supply route for me, and it's currently, what's the word? Infested isn't the right word. Blighted. Blighted would be the correct term. My associates turn up dead or missing regularly. I need you to get out there, and I need you to figure out exactly what's going on.
So necromancy there?
I don't know. I've sent out a couple of my magic friends, my arcane knowledging people. I don't know what the word is for it. People that cast spells. I've sent them out there to figure out kind of what it is, but they haven't been able to see. They actually came back saying that it wasn't really magic, that it was a creature out there, but they were never able to actually track it down. So I need you.
So, in other words, that could be total bullshit and you have no idea.
I'm going off of what my associates have told me, the ones that are still alive.
And you think that a bunch of city-dwelling folk would be able to track some creature in the woods?
I think that if you are in debt,
I see you, man.
Yeah, city dweller?
I know. I remember a conversation. Trust me.
I think that you're in debt to me, and you don't really have much of a bargaining chip to not do this.
As you just mentioned, I did not request this and did not pay for this.
Yeah, but funny thing about who paid for it, I paid for it.
Come on, guys. We're Team Penham.
What do we mean to you? Why would you bother to get us out?
See, I have friends upstairs. And they've taken a liking to you. And word got out. They actually read it in the statement that was released. They saw two names in particular. They saw yours, Grouch, and they saw the namesake of your team here. They saw Penham's name, and
I'm so glad they're calling us that.
And he was like, "Hey, I won't stand for this. I like those guys. They bought stuff from me." And he told me to let you out. I've known him a little bit too long to just tell him no. So, here you are. But now, yeah, you have some things to do for me.
I think I just want to turn to him that means it's the guys from the store you got the necklace from?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
the only people we bought things from together.
Yeah, that's definitely the friends he's referring to.
That's yeah, them. Which, by the way, I'm very surprised that the one that told me about it, he's not normally one to make friends to like people. So I was surprised when he came to me and was like, "You need to save them." Like it was weird, but we did it. You're here, so you do this one more little task for me. You figure out what's been terrorizing my guys out there, and we'll call our debt square, and you can go on about your way.
Do you have our equipment?
That's a fun question that you should ask. Of course I do. James. And James walks back down the hall and comes back a few minutes later with several backpacks, and like he's just carrying an armful of stuff. Because I think I might have kind of gotten it mixed up a little bit. I don't remember who goes to what, but it's all here.
So the dudes that we came in with, and then Quakes are the only ones we're in this room with right now?
In this part, it's really just one big long hall with some side
Right.
rooms.
But
down,
it's basically just us, right?
yeah,
There's
down this far, it's pretty much just y'all.
Alright.
I'll turn to James and be like, "Are you a serious defender? Are you really a defender, or was that a ruse?"
Oh no, I've actually been defending for what is it? Somewhere around 6 years now. So I could have fought that case for you. I had a whole defense. It was really just when I was told to pull the trigger that it happened to line up.
I'll look between him and Quakes and be like, "If I go along with this, you know what I want. I'll take my job being destroyed, but not my name."
Okay. I mean, that's really up to you.
How so?
I just employed you. How you go about doing it is completely on your own. Also, I kind of learned it the hard way, but we want to operate on as much of a low-key level as we can, given the name Silent Majority. We really try to emphasize on the silent part as far as when you're talking about or carrying yourself in public. So as far as anybody else is concerned, these matters are your own.
Just real quick, I don't know. Do you guys have maybe a library around here where I can learn how to go to a blighted village and kill a monster quietly?
And majoritarily.
God damn it. Well, I don't have anything here. As you can see, this is kind of an interim place, and he looks at it with a little bit of disgust. We're trying to move into our more permanent settling, and that'll come later down the line. But I'm sure once you get there, that there should be books. Last I heard, there were definitely books out there, and people knowledgeable about the area with stories and fantastic ideas of, I don't know. It was described to me as a guy out there who, it was a guy who just ripped people apart somehow. I don't know. But I have complete and total faith in you. Trust. I would do it myself. But when you're the boss, you don't have to do this kind of stuff anymore.
I don't want your books, dude. I'm not trying to go die for you. I don't even know you.
Yeah. Okay. That was a little harsh.
Didn't you ask for a book?
Sarcastically, yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I just want to no, we'll find you a copy of What to Expect When You're Expecting Blighted Creatures somewhere.
I actually thought Nickelodeon was being
Wow.
serious.
That was some
My
slick sarcasm.
my sarcasm was maybe a little unclear.
That was no.
That
was
that
one-
sounds like Nickelodeon perfectly.
Yeah, that was superb. But yeah, so I actually have arranged it for this evening when it gets dark. We're actually gonna throw you in a wagon, kind of cover you up, and get you out of town. So we're gonna smuggle you out, and then once we're out a ways, once we're a little bit closer to town, we'll pull you out, kind of get you acquainted with the area, and we'll be good to go.
Where are we going?
You'll find out when you get there.
Oh my goodness.
I told you, it's.
So let's talk through our other options.
Other options?
Yeah, when I tell you I'm not doing this, what are my other options?
You're kind of putting me in a spot here.
You're telling me.
I mean, I'm the one that just did you the favor, but okay. You could... That was a good one, DB. We still have time, though. See, I have some things... I was trying to think of something close by, just in case I needed to get you back. But, I mean, if you really wanted, I could send you a little bit further towards, like, the... towards, like, the stalemate line. Or there's some stuff, like, I can send you further north. Or I have an operation that's...
I don't think you're understanding me. I'm not trying to leave. I have other things to take care of in this town.
Like what? No, see,
My
this
personal business. I don't understand.
this is what I work in. I work in information. So, you do this for me, then I do that for you, and we'll be good. Like, I can get you the information. I can work on trying to get you the information you need while you do this thing for me. And yeah.
I wasn't arrested. I'm not wanted for murder. I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna turn around and start leaving.
As you turn around and start leaving, James kind of pushes off the wall and comes after you. He goes, "Can't let you do that, bud." He kind of puts his arm, like, gets in front of you and kind of puts his arm across your path. Come on back. Come on back.
I want to speak up. Like, listen, my friend's clearly having a hard time figuring what's good for him in this. Like, you say that you will help him out. Maybe you guys talk about what you guys can help each other with. Because little finger over here, he's got information.
Wait, what?
It's a Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I know who Littlefinger is.
This is a small person.
I'm gonna attempt to do the same intimidation strategy I did with Chase before, and I hope that I roll better on it. But I'm gonna do prestidigitation. I'm gonna have the lights in here flicker, and I'm gonna have my eyes go black, and then I'm gonna put my hand on James's chest and like stare into his eyes.
Okay, roll an intimidation check.
Fuck.
I want you to ghostwrite this guy real hard. Show him his death.
Oh no.
Mod 20, bitch.
Oh, very nice. So, yeah, hashtag mod 20 in the chat. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah, you put your hand on his chest, and your eyes go black, and the lights kind of go, and he just gets really kind of creeped out, like, and he takes a step back, like he kind of gives a little bit of ground on you.
And then I'm gonna try and shoot past him.
All right, so then you just kind of push past him, and he's too like, and you just walk past him, and you're heading out.
Yep.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Yeah. I mean, I can keep going too, but I figured there would be reactions to that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of I just look around at my companions here. I'm not against leaving town. I have literally nothing here. Getting out of here would be the greatest addition to my life.
Armand's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Armand, I'm watch Nickelodeon, look back at this guy, and just be like, I don't know.
I want to try to double down on the whole idea that they should have a conversation and call after Nick. At least talk to the man. All you've done is argue. Have a conversation.
Still walking, bro.
What are you doing, Bjorn?
I'm also gonna chime in with Ellen and try to convince Nick to at least talk to the man.
Okay. You need to convince him. Convince him.
Roll a d20. If you roll high enough, I might turn around.
Hold on. Before you roll, I'm gonna take this minute and I'm gonna force some damn role play out of you here, Bjorn. You gotta talk to him. Use your words. Convince him.
He's just looking at Nick. He's just like,
All right then. Again, I'll make chair kind of shuffle my way towards Nick. Like, I'm like, hey, boss, this guy let us out. We kind of owe him. I kind of owe him. I can't not just leave him. You know. Come on, stay with us. We need you.
All right, I'm gonna. Nick stops.
I need you.
He inhales. Just kind of.
I wish I could quit you.
Just like, mother. And I'll start walking back, like walk of shame, just like, fuck.
I want to say quiet from the back. I mean, listen to Bjorn. It was Bjorn's fault. Things went south anyway.
I turn around and just glare at Ellen.
And then as I'm walking back, I'm like gonna turn towards James and just kind of flinch at him.
Just
Make
just
an
a little,
intimidation
little
check.
Yeah.
Like again? I thought he was.
Yeah,
like-
make an intimidation check. He's been able to kind of shake his head and like, what the hell?
12.
All right, he does flinch. He's like,
Yeah. And then I'll walk back, and then I'll grab a chair, and I'll sit down, and then just like kind of just lean back, just like super, just like, fuck, I don't want to be here right now.
there we go. This is probably the first smart decision you've made all day. So,
Don't antagonize the guy, please.
I'm sorry. Fair enough. Bad move. So, you have information. I have people that can get the information. Let's help each other.
What do you know about the collector?
See, me personally, find something. In the meantime, because it could take a little bit for us to actually drum somebody up for you. In the meantime,
We're sound.
Yeah.
I fixed it.
oh, is it what happened?
I don't know.
Yours
what
can't
happened.
type.
Oh, so
Chat can't hear us, so.
yeah.
So start back at the collector. Do you have anything that
Oh, okay. So
anyone who?
So, I'm not from here. I don't know much about any of the religious stuff going on here. But I'm sure somewhere in my organization that I do have somebody. And, yeah, that could potentially take us a couple of days to actually get us there. So, in the meantime, can you help me out by the time you get back? Or we could have some information, or if I find somebody, I can send them out to you. There's a lot of compromise that we can have here.
Yeah. So 2 days, somebody shows up, we have a little chat, and we go do a little mission.
So are you saying you wait until you get your information, then you go?
Yeah. Because otherwise, how do I know you're actually gonna? Because we could go do the mission, right? Come back and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, we're still looking into it," and then you just keep me on the hook. I'm not about that.
That's a good point. So what we can do here, I'm gonna put more people on it than just James. James is my guy, but he might need a little bit of help. So
You don't say.
in the meantime, you can stay here because it's quiet, it's out of the way. It'll be good. As soon as I have more information, we'll pull you out. We'll get you that information. Then you can get going. Good?
Sounds better to me.
Okay, because it sounds like if you walk, your friends walk, and I can't have that. So I need you on board with me.
All right.
Okay. I was about to say I'll take your silence as a yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, thank you. In fact, come on this way. And he gets up and hops out of his chair and kind of walks off down the hall. Come on. Let me show you something. I'll show you where you're staying.
I'll get up last.
You're
never
so
sat down.
You're so begrudging.
I'm with Nick. We'll be the just slowly following.
All right.
I grab the pilot gear and just follow.
You gotta appreciate. I went from having a really nice day reading and drinking by myself to just the biggest shit show.
These new friends of yours do nothing but get you in trouble.
I want to cast prestidigitation on my two friends here, and on the back of their pants, I want to write "Grumpy Pants."
I thought it got stuck. All right, so Grumpy Pants shows up across the butt. It's like Juicy Pants or anything like that.
Yeah, it's just grumpy.
Yeah, curvy letters.
Yeah. So, Quinkus kind of leads you down the hall, and he actually shows you into one of the rooms. It's a pretty nicely furnished room, actually, down here in the sewers. It's got a couple beds, like nice beds. There's a desk, a couple lamps. Like, it just looks comfortable. Like, it doesn't look like you're meant to be here forever, but it's definitely comfortable for the interim. And he's like, all right, so you hang out here. As soon as I have more information, I'll let you know. Cool?
I want to see if I can, like, continue talking to my new friend Quinkus.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to be like, so you what?
Can I do like a quick well, actually, I'll wait for him to leave before I do this. Never mind.
I'm like waiting for him to leave too. I'm gonna stand and lean against the wall right next to the door and not get any deeper into that room.
You guys visibly look like you're waiting for this person to leave?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not being subtle at all right now, dude.
Yeah. I want to be like, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. And then I want to follow Quinkus out if he's going.
Yeah, so he kind of smiles like, all right, and turns around and walks back out into the hall. You follow suit.
Okay. I want to go out and I said, now you said something about I need to learn things.
Uh-huh.
Teach me?
I mean, what do you want to learn?
Oh, I was really hoping for you to be like, no, and then walk away.
Yeah.
I just walk back in the room and like, well, that guy sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like first things first. You said that my mage hand is just way too flashy.
Uh-huh.
What do you think I can do about this?
The color of it. You like that? You like that really bright pink? Tone it down. You need neutrals.
But I can't. This is all I got.
Well, then I think it's time for you to kind of expand your horizons and learn, don't you think?
From how?
From how?
Yeah.
See, I myself, no magical talent whatsoever. But I've spent a lot of time with people who are magical, and as cliche as it sounds, practice makes perfect. You just gotta really devote yourself and try. I have no idea what I'm saying. I don't know how to get it to change color, but I would say definitely look into it. I think I'm onto something here with that. Practice makes perfect. You heard it here first. Coined that.
Yeah, you're genius.
Yeah. So
okay.
The more you do it, you might figure it out. I don't know, but yeah. I thought you were asking if there was something that I'd like to teach you, like on how to not be so blatantly obvious. But whatever. Have a great day. And he turns around and starts to leave again.
I was like, okay, that's fair. And I just like walk back in the room.
All right.
He walks.
Yeah, go ahead.
When they leave, I just want to like do a quick search of the room.
Okay.
Like see if there's anything like sketchy or out of place.
Make an investigation check. While they're doing this, while y'all are doing your rolls, we got another follow. So, Crushton, thank you. Kirsten, I'm sorry. Bad at reading names. But thank you so much for the follow.
Kirsten. One follower closer to shaving Alex's beard. It's great.
Time left.
We need 3 more to 50. So thank you so much. Tell your friends if you're enjoying it.
What's that?
It's Richard typing.
Oh.
Are you typing or crinkling candy?
I thought it was something with the...
Oh, I thought you were typing.
No.
I'm all like, the money on the floor.
So, yeah.
Okay,
what's your investigation checks?
I got a 21.
21. All right.
Whoa.
Well, were we all supposed to?
I was just like I was. If
Whoever
anybody
wanted
was,
to.
yeah, whoever wanted to get in on that.
I don't think I would have thought that far ahead.
Okay. Yeah. honestly, you go through the place and there's not much. There's nothing out of the ordinary. The beds are beds. The drawers are drawers. You don't see any like hidden nonsense or anything like that. It's just a room.
And so I walk back in.
Okay.
I slam the door.
I want to like look at, like I want to walk in and just like maybe they're still in the middle of searching things. Just like, guys,
Well, like
we got
I'm waiting.
guests.
I'm waiting for Etlin. So yeah. So when he walks back in, I'm gonna slam the door behind him.
Okay.
And then be like, "What have you gotten us into?
What you mean? What have I gotten us out of? What did you get us into?
Who are these people?
Well, that was Quakest, and then I think the other guy said his name was Paul.
Are you some kind of a criminal? Is this some kind of like criminal organization that just lives in Xanderstead?
I think they're just they're criminals.
And you are one of them?
I'm figuring things out.
You wait, what?
I'm figuring things out.
You're figuring things out.
Uh-huh.
I do believe he just owes them. I say as I'm kind of ruffling through our bags, trying to sort things out.
I went to find out information about the things that you guys needed me to find information for. Turns out there's not just a repository of information about, I don't know, things from the Underdark. And I went to a guy who knew a thing, and then now I owed him a thing. All right.
I cannot be owing favors to shady people.
Because of what?
Because that's not okay. That's not legal. It's not. I mean, we just broke out of prison, stole a bunch of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we were wrongfully accused, they could have used that to try to find out what the hell is going on, as Xander said. And now we're
because that's clearly how that was gonna go. That was how that was gonna go. They took your job away from you, and the legal system working out real great here. Everyone who's on the other side of the legal things super great.
Neither side of the law is working out right now.
Yeah.
You got Chase and the freaking Gray Falcon. They're all assholes. They're using us like pawns. Now we're down here with all these criminals. They're using us like pawns.
But
we should aspire to be more than pawns, people.
I just like this one. It's the devil you know versus the devil you don't. And this one, they're real honest about stuff. When they're using you for something, you also get to use them back a little bit, rather than the ones where they used you up and then they were just gonna toss you out.
You have an extended history with these people, then?
No, I came here to find out things about the daggers.
The swords?
Yeah.
What did you find out?
They said they were drow, and that's pretty much it. But turns out
so nothing.
And now we're indebted to them to have to go out and kill some beast in some town that we're not allowed to be disclosed about, and that we have to stay in cloak and daggers and covered wagon.
All for information we already had.
Yeah, listen. Did you get information?
Not pertaining to this garbage, no.
What information did
He's
you
the only one out of here that is not at fault. I will admit. And Armand's gonna get like, I've ruined everything. And I apologize that a personal vendetta of mine has gotten 3 other random people that I don't know involved in some issues here. But you and Alternate Nickelodeon, he doesn't have anything to do with any of this, and he's being dragged along too. This is we're stuck here with these criminals. I am not a criminal.
Wait, but I don't. So this whole thing, the information that you think you got about something else, Nickelodeon.
Doesn't pertain to you.
How is that going though?
It doesn't pertain to you.
No, but how is that going? I don't need to know about what the information is. How fruitful was your search?
Better than nothing.
So nothing. Cool. Anyway, these guys are actually offering you possible information in exchange for something.
Possible information.
Uh-huh.
The only sample size we have is them telling you stuff you already know, and now we're indebted to them, and they want us to go to a
You guys were the
plagued
ones.
town and kill
You
a
guys were the
monster?
one. You sent me out to go find things out about drow daggers. If I sent you out with a kitchen knife to go find out where this kitchen knife came from, yeah, they're gonna come back saying it's a kitchen knife.
So you found out nothing else besides the fact that it belonged to Drow.
I mean, they did say that it was like a royal drow dagger. This might have been important. Listen, it's been a hectic day.
What did they want the ring for?
It's been a hectic day, and I see now where I left a bit of information out.
And you showed them this ring, and they.
No, I actually didn't show them the ring. I kept that to myself.
But they wanted the ring.
Why do they want the ring?
I didn't say that. Oh, wait, the other ring. This
Yes.
ring.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that one, I don't know.
You sure?
That one's real. Yeah, that's, I don't know. And that, like, no, I know nothing for this one.
So we either lose our items with the House of Lord, or House of Scales, or we have our only evidence taken away by the criminals. Ultimately, in the end, we don't have any proof or anything to show about what happened with these drow. Their royalty, you say?
I don't understand why you need proof about what happened with the drow. Who are you going to turn this into?
I can agree with that. Yeah, we really don't have anyone that we're appointing to. I appreciate your way of life, but you don't belong to that way of life anymore.
You're making Bjorn cry.
Do I look at Bjorn? Is he crying?
I just look up annoyed.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
On the inside.
And I'll just be like, I have my own investigation going on, in case you couldn't tell.
How fruitful was yours?
Well, it's been really fruitful these past couple of seconds. It would have been nice to have known this, I don't know, yesterday, before we exploded in the room.
Did you ask me yesterday?
Yes.
Did you go looking for information on the daggers?
No, I asked you to do that.
I rest my case.
You what? No, nobody's disputing that you came over here. It's obviously you did, but we seem to have gotten ourselves into some really deep stuff.
I agree with that. None of this is what I wanted in any way, shape, or form. I don't want things to continue this way. But sometimes you find yourself in a situation that you can't do anything to undo it. It's what you do moving forward to fix it that counts.
I'm inclined to agree with them, lads. The sooner we get this done, the sooner hell out.
But they've shown no reason for us to trust that that's not, like, how do we know we do this job right? And they're like, great. Also, now you're tethered to us, and then if you don't do what we say, we're gonna rat you out and throw you back in jail because we have that power too. And then we're basically just servants to these people.
I agree with that one because I do think that the whole legal system here is like just that game doo doo.
We could have destroyed this case, and now we're all guilty of fleeing imprisonment.
I'm not.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, Nickelodeon's not. He's the only. I like I said before, he's the only one who doesn't have a problem with this. But
Wait,
but the rest of us.
How did you think that this stuff was gonna go? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Defeated that case.
Yeah, that was real good. In your high standing as a lawman.
In my knowledge of the legal process, they did not have evidence that could have held us in. The only person that they actually had dead to rights was the only person that actually what?
But they put us in jail on trumped up evidence in the first place. I don't understand how you think this was going to work. I look at everyone else in the group like,
Yeah, no, we.
You need to have trust in the legal process.
I don't.
Not in this city.
Maybe it was different where you're from. Maybe it was different there. I don't know. That's not what that's been like here.
So
I understand if you guys don't want to go along with this stuff, I don't blame you. But I'm going to bed.
It's morning. It's the morning.
I didn't say why I was going to bed.
Also, we're in the same room.
We're all in the
Yeah.
same room. Yeah, we're all in the same room. I just want
Yeah, the nearest place where a person can put their entire body onto or into, I go there.
I'm just gonna exit. I'm gonna exit the room.
okay,
And I'm just gonna start walking down one of the hallways and just be like,
okay. So Atlin goes to bed. Armand is so Atlin's more or less just in bed, kind of pouting. It sounds
Yeah, I like look back like.
So Armand left things kind of pacing the halls, trying to cool off. Bjorn,
I'm just gonna start wandering. I am obviously trying to cool off, but I'm not gonna just stay right there. I'm gonna start wandering through the building if I can.
Okay, excellent. Bjorn, what are you up to?
I'm just gonna drop Etlin's bag like right next to the bed.
I turn over.
And
Thank you.
kind of grunt, like saying, you're welcome. And then I just go back to Nick and sit down on the bed next to him.
So, Armand, when you left, did you leave the door open?
I don't know. Sure, I left it open.
All right. And then, Etlin, are you facing the wall or are you facing us?
Now I'll be facing you guys. I've cooled off a little bit.
All right.
Is that bad? Do you want me facing the other way?
No.
Because all you have to do is make a mean face at me and I turn around.
No, you're fine. Well, after seeing Armand leave, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna walk out too. And then I'm not verbally saying, but looking at Bjorn, just
He's all.
I just kind of nod my head and slowly walk out.
All
Do you
right.
still have all the equipment?
No, but
He's been sorting it out as this whole
Okay.
big thing has been happening.
I gave Alan back his, and I just kind of left yours next to one of the beds. And I left my stuff on the bed too. Just have my hammer with me.
Do we have the drow items?
I don't think it'd be crazy for them to put them with our stuff. That kind of makes sense.
So the drow items themselves, so the swords, those are gone. Those were taken by the state as part of an investigation, and it's very obvious that something doesn't add up with the way that the Imperium is handling the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
So what we can do here, if there's other things that your characters would be doing during this time, we can keep playing that out, or we can jump ahead a couple days. And
I was gonna try and have a conversation with Bjorn,
okay,
All right.
that's perfect.
but in a spot where maybe nobody else can hear us.
Okay, that sounds perfect. So you kind of walk out in the hall, and you kind of wander for a little bit. You do get a little bit further down from the door that you came in, and you find a nice little cutout little alcove that's decently private.
So I'm as we get over there, just kind of turn and just be all right, we can't stay in this city anymore. As much as I don't want to do what these guys are asking, I think our best course of action is to leave and use your survival expertise to get out of Dodge.
Are you muttering about?
No, it's,
Okay.
genuinely has great survival.
inclined to agree, boss, but if we just dip, these guys, silent whatever, might come after us. I say we do the job, be done with them, and then we leave.
I mean, as far as they know, we could die on this mission. I think we're expendable at this point. If we leave, maybe we died. Who knows?
Who knows, indeed.
It's either we're screwed by the law or we're screwed by the criminals. We need to just avoid them completely and just leave.
True, very true, boss. This entire city seems shit real.
Yeah. I mean, the only other question is, do we let the other two guys come with us? I mean, they're kind of the reason we're in this spot.
That I'll leave up to you, boss. I have no problem with them personally, but you seem not very like them.
I don't hate them, but we are here in this stupid fucking cellar now. I don't know. I'll think on it. But yeah, we'll have to brainstorm a plan later. But we'll see. And I'm just gonna pat him on the shoulder and just walk back to the room.
Are you doing anything, Bjorn?
I'm just gonna follow him back in the room and grab my totem, like my bear claw totem, and attach it to my necklace.
Okay. Excellent.
And just kind of fiddle with that the rest of the time.
All
Is
right.
everyone in the same kind of area?
So Armand is out just kind of wandering.
If
He trotted out to a wooded glen to punch dance his rage out.
no, I'm in the place.
I want to Bjorn basically separated everyone's stuff out into piles, and you kind I would assume you kind of put them by beds, so it's kind of like people have guaranteed spots already chosen for them.
Yeah, more or less. Just kind of shoved stuff into bags.
Okay.
Which
I
I
want
think
to.
belong to each other.
Okay. I'm just gonna get random stuff from Nick's. Yeah, so
Nick has his own stuff.
Yeah, no, my stuff
it's
never
true.
got taken. Yeah.
That's true.
It's not like yours and Armand's. Because I know what much stuff is mine, so I took all mine. So you might get a little bit of Armand stuff, Nick.
I want to go out while they were out. I want to put little notes in everyone's stuff that say "I'm sorry," like this, and it's in there. But then I'm still acting all pouty when they get in. And if anyone asks me about the note, I'm just like, "What?" No.
I don't believe this happened, but I still have my ring, correct?
Like your signet ring?
The signet ring, yeah.
Yeah,
For the truth.
you would still have that.
Yeah, and then I still have the crest as well. I'm going to, if I can, start to try to just figure out more about these people as I'm wandering around.
Okay. So what you're finding out through here is they're well organized. They're obviously gearing up for something, but they're pretty hush about it. Nobody's openly talking about what they're doing. You did hear Quakus earlier talking about how this is kind of just a holding area. They're getting ready to move into a far more permanent residence. But other than that, you really don't have much of a idea.
Okay. Do I recognize any of these individuals as on wanted posters or anything like that at all?
A lot of them actually have the majority of their face covered.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna find a empty room somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just going to take off my cloak and just stare at my crest, and that's gonna be it for the evening.
Okay. So you find yourself a nice little quiet spot to do that. And again, I'll say, if there's anything else anybody wants to do, we could do that, or we can jump ahead a little bit, just to kind of keep things moving.
There are things that I want to do, but I think that their service just fine with us on the road. Or whatever.
Okay.
There is one thing I want to do, but I wouldn't have done it the same day. But if we're gonna do a time lapse, there's something that I would have done during that time lapse.
All right.
Okay.
Training montage.
So
What?
during that,
Training montage.
so we're gonna jump ahead a little bit during that time. It's been about 2 days, and you said that you had something that you would have liked to have done during that.
During this time, I would have tried to get a message out to my steward or contact down in Ingersoll to let them know what's been going on and what's happened to my position.
Okay.
You're still around? I was kind of under the impression that it was just gone.
Nobody's asked me anything about it so far.
Well, yeah, I mean, you mentioned that you had the same thing happened at Ingersoll, and the guy's like, "You survived?" In my head, dude, that place is a ghost town, dead. Everyone died. So
Yeah. Wait, or is he just being super weird and he's sending letters back to like a dead girlfriend?
A steward.
we don't know. He's
So-
you guys don't know. Nobody's asked me anything about it yet. So
exactly.
This is a tough one. You would have been able to kind of write something up, and there is a like you asked around a little bit, and there is a like kind of a postmaster kind of guy, handles information coming in and out. You asked him to get it out, but he was kind of like about it. You still handed over the letter, but you're not quite sure if it actually got out.
I'll hand over the letter into Silver and be like, I need to get this out.
Okay.
And then but I'll take what you said, but I just want to put it out there that if that would have been an issue, I probably would have tipped the guy.
Okay, so he takes your silver and he's like, all right, and pockets it and he's like, cool, man. But
You're talking about a postmaster in the silent majority, right? Not
Yes.
up top. Okay. Because up top, no, I wouldn't have done that.
and he just kind of looks at you like, all right, and kind of shuffles some papers around and pockets the silver. And he's like, I'll see what I can do for you.
He's not mailing that letter, bud.
Huh?
He's not mailing that letter, bud. He just pocketed your money.
That's okay.
So, was there anything else for this day?
No, I'm good. I would have just, super annoyed, angsty teenager, just stayed in the room the whole time.
Stomped around. Nobody understands me.
Fuck this place, man.
I probably would have been spending most of this time just very quiet in the corner of the room.
Can't wait to move out and get my own place. My parents
been-
suck. That's Nickelodeon right now.
Oh, actually, Ian, I will say, I would try to, ask for a sign from the mistress about whether or not we should ditch Armand and Elu.
Okay. So you pray about it. You're asking for some sort of sign. Nothing comes immediately, but you don't feel any sort of presence, any warmth or anything, which isn't uncommon. But nothing happens immediately for you.
You just get 8-ball ask me later by your god.
I don't know. The mistress? It's me, Jonah Hill, from Moneyball.
All right, so we're gonna skip ahead to the next day.
Okay.
The next day, you're all kind of hanging out in the room. Tensions are still a little bit high, just because after the last couple days, it seems that at least for sure, Armand and Nick have pretty differing views on what's going on. So that's kind of there. There's a knock at the door, and the door opens up, and Quickus is there. He goes, "Hey, James found somebody for you who knows at least a little bit about the collector. So if you'd like, I can set you up with him."
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And he leans back out and goes, "Come on."
No, I get up and I walk towards him.
Oh, okay. He's like, "Never mind, I'll come to you." So yeah, you get up and he takes you down the hall a little bit, and you meet with this guy, human man, mid-30s ish, looks like he's seen some better days. He's sitting at the table that you had the conversation with Quakus. He goes, They told me that somebody had questions about the collector, but I didn't think that it would be somebody who probably works for him.
Oh, shots fired at the teeth.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood for your bullshit right now. So, just tell me what you know, and we can both be on with our business.
Well, tell me what you need to know. There's a lot going on here.
So, how do I want to go about this? Researching at the Temple of the Mistress, I read about a cult that was disbanded a couple years back that took over a large percentage of this town. You look like you're old enough to know something about that.
Know something about it. That I do. See, and he puts his arms out on the table and he goes, I was part of it. And he has just tattoos all up and down his arms of predominantly just people's names.
Nickelodeon's the only one there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I got up and left instead of letting the guy come in. Oh man, Nickelodeon wants to murder this motherfucker right now. Alright. So I'm just gonna and I'm gonna take the ring out and I'm gonna put it on the table.
The broken one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just be like, what does that mean to you?
I haven't seen that happen in a very long time. See, when you get somebody who's so up the butt of one of the sovereign, and then he starts to maybe get the idea that maybe the cast out have a good point. Maybe there's something to this whole not all life is precious. Maybe there's something to this. Maybe it's better if we just destroy everything and use it for our benefit kind of lifestyle. Call it storm fronts clashing.
Can I insight check this guy to
Yeah.
see if he's like trying to just have a go at me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Have a go.
Is he taking the base?
16.
16. From what you can tell, he's being pretty straight up with you.
I don't believe you.
I mean, believe it or not, like, I have nothing to hide from you. Kind of gives you the once over. Because you, let me guess. You have been in the Church of the Mistress for the majority of your life, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you smell like it. Have you thought about maybe people don't deserve the kind of life after death that she wants to provide? Have you thought about that? Maybe people don't actually need to go to this paradise, the hereafter. Instead, they need to go to where they should go because they're awful, awful people.
Reaching an afterlife is one thing. Being turned into a husk to fight and murder without any say, it's not an afterlife. It's prison.
If you spend your life as an awful person, you spend your afterlife as something awful. I mean, that's simple.
I'm gonna pick up the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn to walk away and then just leave.
Okay. So, Quakers and James kind of look at each other. What the hell? And as which way are you headed? Are you back towards the room?
Yeah.
Okay. So as that, you hear tiny footsteps running to catch up to you. Whoa, 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 whoa! That's simple. That's it. That's all you had questions for?
This guy's not gonna tell me what I want to know.
Okay, all right. Well, you and your friends better get packing, because you have a wagon to catch.
And I'm just gonna walk away from him too.
Okay, all right, good chat. So you walk back down the hall.
That's really all you wanted from your conversation with?
Yeah.
The whole thing you're about to do is going to get you.
We'll talk about it in a sec. Like when we have our group discussion.
So you walk back into the room there.
Yeah, and then just pack my bag.
All right.
Don't
I'll
really
go
say
over to Nick
anything.
I'll go over to Nick in the hush voice and say, "Everything cool, boss?"
Just get ready to leave.
And I go pack my bag.
Are people actually like settling up to go, kind of thing?
Like, so just for clarification, as like soon after,
Not literally saddles.
yeah. So as right soon after Nickelodeon came back into the room, another member of the silent majority comes around. He goes, "Hey, just to let you know, that wagon they were talking about, call it 10, 15 minutes, and then we're gonna head."
I'm just gonna follow the guy immediately because I already have my stuff packed.
Okay.
I want
Right
to.
behind him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to like rush to catch up. I want to make sure that Armand is coming as well.
So I'm in the room by myself, and Armand and Etlin has come in, or what? What's going on?
Oh, and I mean like I want to like head out and everything to catch up with Nick, but like Nick and Bjorn, but Bjorn's clearly on his way up there.
Okay.
But I want to like look back to make sure if you're not here already, I'll go check on where else you might be besides with the group.
Oh well, this is a couple days later, so I imagine I would have been with the group too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just kind of assumed. I'm sorry.
I'll just look at Etlin and I'll just be like, and I'll get up, and I'll be palming my ring, but I'll be
Okay.
lagging really, really far behind them. Very
Behind everybody?
unenthusiastic. Yeah.
Okay. When we walk with that guy, do we head back towards where the dude I was just talking to was sitting down?
You actually head the opposite direction.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Okay. So he takes you down a little bit, and that actually opens up into a waterway. Then there's a small boat there. And he goes, "All right, this boat's going to take you to the wagon just outside of town. That wagon's going to get you where you need to go."
I want to go up towards Nick and have a conversation that I plan to have essentially 3 times.
3 times?
Not with you, not just with Nick.
Oh, just with everybody? Okay.
Yeah, once with each person. And I want to like just basically like ask like what's motivating you in this quest? Like what brought you to where I was in the first place? And in a manner that's not probing, like clearly like whatever you're willing to say, I'll take. If it's nothing, that's okay too.
Well, so it's tough because like he's really pissed off right now. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like ask me another time.
That's fair. And like I just before I head off like to like slowly make my way back in the line of people, I just want to say like just I don't have a lot going on in my life that motivates me, but you seem like a good person and I want to help you do the things that you feel you need to do. At some point in time, I might not do that right because I'm not you. No one knows any other person's mind perfectly. But let me know if I can do that better. and then I just like kind of like dip back to the next person, which would be, I believe, be Bjorn, since you're following in the back, Armand.
Do I feel any level of warmth from that conversation, Ian?
Oh, you mean from
the
goddess
mistress?
or
from make a religion check for me.
Okay. Because if there was a time that it would happen, it would have been right then.
Exactly.
14.
14. Yeah. As he's talking to you, just like kind of laying his soul bare about how he doesn't have much going on, but he likes you and he wants to see you succeed in whatever is pushing you. You just feel that warmth of like confirmation that you're in the right place.
All right, cool.
I don't know if I understand the spirituality system you got here.
He's very connected.
Apparently. I want to like go back to Bjorn's, and like when I get back to Bjorn, I kind of like naturally kind of like go a little bit lower to his height without realizing that I'm doing it to talk to him. I'm just like, hey man, how's it going?
At this point, I'm just like glaring at him, like, fine.
And I want to say like, hey, listen, I know I said that you did things that I did. I'm sorry. I don't deal with confrontation the best, and that was a whole basket of confrontation, and I tend to deflect with humor. I hope that you know that they clearly don't think that you did these things, and neither do I. I don't mean to cause problems. That seems to be where I'm at right now. You seem like a self-sufficient and deep thinking man. I hope that nothing that I've done has put a damper on the friendship that we planted with victory cake seeds that summer day.
We're gonna end.
Even though it's 11:30.
Oh, we're going to 11:30.
Could we start at 10?
Wait, say again?
That works.
I just smile and go, boop, poke in the nose. Just continue on.
I loved that Bjorn is this big, like, mean-looking dwarf barbarian who's just like kawaii as fuck.
Ah.
That sounds like the best possible one for that. For like after that, like I'm just like and I like just like drop back to talk to Armand. And at first, like I want to like walk alongside him for a minute, like silently. How does that feel? Do I roll for perception?
What?
How does that feel? Like, what do you mean?
Wait, no, like what am I getting off of him?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
Just
Okay.
what kind of air are you
Am I
about?
presenting?
Yeah.
I'm pretty depressed and very upset with myself.
Do you think that would come off in the way that
I'm like I said, I'm very unenthusiastic. So I'm like probably with my bag. I'm just like that.
Okay. I want to like after a little bit just like. So those law guys were assholes, right?
What?
The Chase, like go
Chase
fuck
Truth Bearer.
himself. That
Chase
guy.
Truth Bearer is a very incompetent Gray Falcon member. Yes.
Not a lot of people are like that, despite what people think about the law. There are really good people who are just trying to do their best by other people, and there's an unfortunate few who ruin the perception of that. I think you're one of the ones who's doing everything for a good reason. I don't know what your reasons are, but you're a good person, and you got the shit end of the stick on that one.
Thank you.
I know that the like law stuff was kind of your identity, and maybe now you have to figure out a new one. That doesn't have to be a bad thing. You get to decide who you are outside of someone else's set of rules that they made.
Interjecting real quick, when he says you get to live by someone else's rules, or you don't have to live by someone else's rules, you feel like it's not like painful, but there is just a very hot spot in the back of your head and kind of a pressure.
Nice.
I didn't think about that one.
Oh well, you don't know.
I mean, as a player.
I'll just be like, well, thank you, but that's. I'm the youngest truth seeker I was hired as the youngest truth seeker in several decades. I've been a truth seeker for 15 years, and I was a good person of standing. So no, I'm. Thank you for your consideration, but.
And
no.
at one point in time, there was a first person who made the Truth Seekers.
What do you mean?
At some point in time, there was a first Truth Seeker, right?
Oh yes, I mean, if you want to get into the history of the House of Scales and the founding of Imperium Maxa, I mean that's.
I just want to At some point in time,
I'm laughing, not Armand. Armand is getting.
yeah.
Oh well. If you want to know about that,
There's plenty of campfires. We got this. I'm gonna need good falling asleep too stories. But no, you just at some point in time there was a first one,
right.
And if that order that used to be something pure is anything but now, like it seems like it is, maybe it's time that you're the first of a new thing again that's pure. And you don't need to be part of someone else's organization.
I'm not above the law of Maxa.
But the laws of Maxa might be below you.
Okay, sure.
And then I'll just
Why
like
not?
walk in silence in the back there.
I do apologize for my incompetence.
You can't apologize for my incompetence because let's be clear here. I'm the only one with this one. You were doing things right.
No, I went rogue. I don't know if I discussed to you this conversation I had, but I actually met the leader of the Truth Seekers, Lord Goodwill. I haven't seen him since I passed Academy. And he brought up a very good point. My position was not to do investigations, and I took matters into my own hands, and I shouldn't have done that. And now, by doing that, I've led this to this entire insanity that is going on here. And I'm walking through a hall on a way to do some kind of criminal act that I'm not even fully aware of.
Was the Truth asshole guy? Was he one of the ones who's supposed to do the investigations?
Lord Goodwill is a man of great standing and is one of the.
Chase?
Oh, you mean Chase?
Yeah.
Well, Godric is his boss, but Godric was the lead investigator. Chase is an assistant investigator. He's
And you would have trusted him to
he's fresh.
You would have trusted him to do investigations, though.
Godric or Chase? I mean,
Chase.
Chase is not. He's not as experienced as Godric, and it's very obvious when he does his stuff. But I would have trusted Godric, sure.
I don't know. I don't know if you trust a man's son because you trust his father. I'm not saying they're related, but I want to yell for Nick, like, what do you think about that Chase asshole?
And then just without even turning around, just like, fuck that guy.
You just like knew him for 2 days.
I don't. I agree. I actually told Godric that needs to train his little pet better, which probably did not earn me any favors in that room with Lord Goodwill. But he's still the law. It was his job to do it. It was not my job to do it. And even so, when we went and chased that person, out into those fields, that wasn't their investigation. I should have left that to the constable, but I didn't. And that's on me.
I respect your strict interpretation of the laws, but maybe other people are bending things a little bit more than you might be.
I believe that Chase jumped to quite the conclusion when he saw us, and I think he was very happy because he wanted to imprison us anyway. I definitely believe that. But he did not put together a good case, and we could have defeated it. It just would have taken some time.
I hope to one day have your respect for the structures of the law.
So, at this point, you've been walking for a little bit, and this is where you finally do come to that waterway, and the gentleman that's been kind of guiding you this whole time kind of ushers you onto a small boat, so that you're going to sail out for a little bit. Somebody's going to be watching for you. They'll pull you in. This leads out into a river. They'll get you all set up. The wagon is just outside of town there with them as well. So once you're out there, they'll get you off to where you need to be. Good luck. Happy hunting.
I'm just going to say, fuck you, and keep walking.
All right.
Yeah, fuck you. From behind him, like, yeah. Go with the smile.
I'm just going to walk past. I'm not even going to look up.
The guy kind of shakes his head a little bit. Once everybody's on board, he unmoors unties the boat and kind of pushes you off into the current. The current is just strong enough to kind of pick you up and carry you downstream.
I'm going to look around and be like, do any of you know how to control this thing?
I assume there's somebody in there with us, right? We're not just put into a boat.
Oh, you were just kind of put into a boat and pushed downstream.
How long till we get to the other side?
So he didn't give you an actual time frame. He just said someone will be looking for you.
Dude, Great Escape, let's do it.
Grow what?
Great Escape. Let's do it.
Escape. Okay.
I'm just kidding. We can wait. It's fine.
It's
it's
up
in our
to
best
you.
interest to leave.
It's up to you.
No. I'm totally kidding. I'm just gonna sit there pissed off.
Is this a rowboat or a sailboat? Does that matter? I don't know.
I think it's just a dinghy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah,
like if
it's just a real simple like rowboat. There are
Okay.
oars, so
I think I could possibly control it a bit based on my background, just leisure.
Now, hear me out. We could try to use these two sticks they put on the sides to control the thing, or we could use a different way.
Or we could use a different thing.
Does it have oars? I hope it has oars.
yes, it does.
That was the joke. We can
I
use
got the
these
joke.
stick
I got the
things.
joke. Yeah. And then I'm like, wait a
Or-
minute. Do we even check for the oar?
That's funny. I like that one.
So you guys are out on the boat. It's carrying you downstream.
I'm on a boat.
Don't you ever forget.
Take a picture, trick.
My boat, bitch. So yeah, it's a pretty uneventful boat ride. It takes you down. You are underground for a while, and then eventually it does let out, and it gets really bright right when you do, because it's when you got in the boat, by your estimation, because obviously you haven't seen the sun in a few days, so your internal clocks are a little bit messed up, but you get out there and you realize that it's about 3 p.m. So you're outside, and you're outside of Xanderstead completely. Outside of the walls, sailing through some forest area, and eventually you do see somebody kind of walk out to the edge of to the riverbank there with a big pole that has a little bit of a hook on it, and he reaches out and grabs the boat and starts hauling you in. He goes, all right, took you a little bit longer to get here because we figured you'd paddle, but okay. And pulled you on in and kind of helps y'all out of the boat. All right, load up, get in the wagon. We don't have all day. We got to get there.
Where are we going?
Where you're going?
I want to like sidle up alongside him, like I'm like his best friend. Like, hey, no, but really, where are we going?
It was my understanding that you were going to let us know what's going on once we got to the wagon.
Yeah, that is true. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I figured you'd be here by now. So,
Is there a road, or is it just like this guy's just here?
like it's just kind of him with a wagon behind him. And the wagon is pulled by a horse.
Oh, so like we're completely just like uncharted territory. Just randomly, there's a dock that these guys use.
It's not even a dock. He just kind of like pulls you into the riverbank.
Oh, okay.
Like this is straight like we smuggling out here.
I got you.
Wait, no, we could use these horses to guide this vehicle, or
That's it. Ricky, shut the stream down. We're done. Shut it down. We're done. This was the last episode of Wizards and Webcams. You can blame Steven. No, joking. So,
Everybody blames Steven.
So, don't let the name of the town scare you too much. It's it at one point was a pretty prominent little farm town. It still kind of is, but the locals were a bit superstitious. So they had the big hand and name of the place. We're taking you out to a little place called Fracture Ma.
Does that name ring any bells for me, DM?
Ominous.
It sounds familiar, but not enough to actually have known anything about it.
I live a little closer to here. I got anything?
You've heard of Fracture Ma? Just like he said, it's a little farm town. Nothing really comes out of there. Like, their main export is, like, farm produce. So it's not even, like, their, like, livestock farming or anything. They're legitimately just, like, pulling potatoes out of the ground all the damn time. Kind of farming. Yeah, so taking you out to Fracture Ma, and it's about a half a day's ride. So get settled in. I gotta cover the top here.
Wait, before he puts us under, I want to go like, but wait. So, what is it we're going here for? They said we're gonna kill something.
Yeah, there's been reports of some kind of creature. It's been skulking about. Every time somebody sees it, somebody goes missing. The people in town, they'll have far more information about where they've seen it, physical descriptions. We've just been told that it's there, and the boss wants it gone. So you've all kind of proven yourself over the past few days to be able to handle yourself nicely. So naturally, his idea was to send you.
When he says that about proving nicely, I'll be like, huh, Rich. And then I'm gonna get into the wagon before anybody says anything. I'll actually be the first one in, and I'll jump to the corner.
Woo!
All right. So Armand is in the wagon.
I'll just like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Is
get on
everybody
too.
just
Yeah.
loading up?
Yeah.
All right. So everybody loads up, and he covers the top. All right, watch your heads. Covers it up, locks it up, like ties everything down.
What's the cover made of?
It's canvas.
So we're like, oh my bad, stand up real quick and then pierce it.
So now there's there's multiple large horns
Yeah.
in like kind of a fan pattern, like a little bit of like a half circle.
Yeah.
He's like, boop, and now there's that much of a... And you hear him just kind of swearing under his breath as he goes and gets at the front of the wagon, and he's like, they don't pay me enough for this. All right. And he like whistles to the horse, let's go. And like reins it out, and you feel the cart start moving. And
Hopefully it doesn't rain.
that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Sick.
So we'll pick up next week. When we pick up, we'll pick up in Fracturema. So Fracturema, and you'll get to experience the creature. Maybe you might not. So people in chat, thank you for hanging out. It means a ton to me, and it means a ton to everybody else that's involved in this. Huge thanks to the ever amazing and my beautiful wife Ricky sitting next to me. She makes sure everything handles. She makes sure that we sound good, that we look good, and she kind of keeps us rolling and on time. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for all the new follows. I know that we got one new follow, and that we had a couple hosts tonight, so you guys are awesome.
Indeed. Also, shout out to DV for the auto host.
Yes.
We're sitting at 46 right now.
Huh?
We're at 46.
Yeah, so we are at 46 follows right now. We need 4 more.
No, we need 10 more, I believe, is what we need.
Wait, are we at 46?
Nine more.
Technically
Nine.
9.
Nine more.
Technically 9.
There we go.
But we don't need that, actually. Like,
No?
we can get
I
just, like, wait a week.
Everyone, commit yourselves to 10 more.
Tell your friends if, just as many people as we can get in here. I would love to see all of your beautiful faces every single week. So, with that being said, there's nothing really else I have to say except...
People who are in chat didn't know about the 10 thing.
Oh, the 10 thing. So, if we can get that many followers...
Technically it's 9 now because we got another
Okay, so
follower.
if we can get 9 followers... I'm sorry, I forgot that people weren't here for this announcement. Malfoy said that because his name is Malfoy, or his nickname is Malfoy, if we can get 10 new followers by next week, 9 new followers at this point, then he will show up to stream next week dressed as Malfoy, full Slytherin gear, and he's going to shave his beard. And based on Steven's face, that hurts him.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it hurts me too.
Me too.
You won't
That's a
have...
nice beard, dude.
My body was physically shaking the entire time I was saying that.
I'm the only one here that doesn't have a beard or goatee, so whatever. I'm just like, okay, all right.
It's incentive for the stream, guys.
It's doing it for the stream.
This guy didn't care.
You're a madman. I don't understand.
So, if you guys missed out on tonight's episode, if you just kind of hopped in here at the end, you can catch it again on Monday on the YouTube channel. It's down below. The link for it's down below in our socials, like the social banner there. You can also find all of our Twitters. That's a good spot also. So if you want to interact with us during the week, feel free to hit us up there. Every Wednesday and Friday. So Wednesdays at 7 o'clock right here. Wizards and Wednesdays, as we call it. We just kind of hang out, talk about last week, mostly make jokes, and hang out with you in chat. We're kind of readdressing the time for the actual stream on Fridays, but we will keep you posted. As of right now, we're going to so keep the idea of 7 o'clock. Today was just kind of a test. So it's great. I loved having you guys here. Trying to think if I have anything else. I don't think I have anything else.
No stream on the 4th.
Yes, no stream on 4th of July. So Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, no stream. And go out, have some fun, enjoy your families.
We might do an IR.
Yeah, we might be doing an IRL here. So that would be me, Richard, Diana Sor from chat, and Ricky.
I'm medically excluding all the rest of us.
Yeah, because you're not around, so we can't actually do that for you. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out. I promise we're going to get back into a little bit more action next week. It's been really political driven for the past couple, but I think that's been kind of fun. It's been a nice break. But anyway, we'll catch you guys next week. Have a great one, and don't stop being wizards. Bye.
Bye-bye,
Cut
guys.
the feed.
That was really well done.